Let's fucking do it. Mind if I turn that? Oh shit.
You want to see it?
I can't see how dark I'm in. Oh shit, let me get up on this one.
They seen you doing all this moving around, man.
They can see me now?
They can see you moving,
Oh,
muffling and shuffling and all that.
They see me messing with the equipment.
They see you muffling and shuffling and all that, man.
Ain't supposed to see all that.
It's all good. It's supposed to be some behind the scenes type stuff. But,
my bad. Not in pull back the curtain. Do not pay attention to that man behind the curtain.
Nah, it's all good, man.
They say on in Wizard of Oz and shit. But hold on, let me crack open this bag before I get to yelling, because it's a loud bag. What you got in that bag?
Hey, you didn't go do a good job when you was young and be at church and be trying to get them snacks off in church, man.
I always had it was the peppermints and the damn and the butterscotch that I hated. But they would always have like the loudest rappers on them joints.
Man, you gotta sneeze or something. Pop them open, man.
Dude, I remember
just like how them teachers used to be doing back in the day when we was kids. Like they want to fart, they move the chair and stuff when they fart. You know what I'm saying? So,
is that how they did it?
Yeah,
see, I never knew how they got down with it.
Yeah.
I never realized. Never knew. Okay, let's get it. Hey. Peace and blessings. What's good? It's your boy Se7eN Inglewoods on right now in your zone. And this is the Kansas City Info Rail, Kansas City's best podcast and growing fast. And I am here with none other than your grandmama's favorite, Jesus babysitter himself. Man. Mr. Randy Heffna, what's good, boy?
What's poppin', man? What's good? What's good? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling, man?
It's like we social distancing. We
finally got tables big enough to do it.
Look at that. Look at that.
Look at God.
Look at God. We get elbow. Look at that. Do all of that. Look at that. Look at that.
We out here, man. What's good though? What's good?
Man, I'm good. I'm enjoying this this nice. I guess you could say shortened work week we kind of had due to the COVIDs and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good.
Nah, go ahead. I was saying you survived the COVID.
Yeah. Survived the COVID, had good time with families, and came out COVID free still. You know what I'm saying? Had the Labor Day, had the work week, and everything came out good so far. We got somebody already said exactly what happened. What'd I do?
I think maybe she commented on.
Somebody was talking about something. Okay, right on. I appreciate you, ma'am. How's your week been?
Oh man, it's been cool, bro. Like I did the scariest thing in my life, which was like, I told you about my friend passing and all that. You know what I'm saying? So like, man, I talked to like people from Puerto Rico like every day for the last couple of weeks.
Right now.
And it's sometimes kind of hard understanding them. But I literally got up and spoke in front of like crying people, bro. Like I didn't know how hard that was.
You don't do public speaking?
No, I do.
Oh, okay.
But at the same time, like I've never done it in front of people crying. They're just always either in the club or at work. So you pretty much you can do stuff to lose their attention, but like, dang, when everybody just locked in on you and it's a gloomy situation, crying, all that, like, man.
Oh yeah, it
was like, bro,
it's
like,
a lot. It can be heavy, absolutely.
Bro. And at the same time though, like I was sitting there, and I was like, man, maybe I shouldn't say nothing, because it's one of them moments like, anybody want to say something? I'm like, maybe I shouldn't say nothing. Nah, bro, like I felt like I was about to have a heart attack if I didn't. Like my heart was just.
Cause you like people are really paying attention this time. Like
get up, bro.
Yeah.
Like how you gonna feel if you ain't saying nothing?
What?
Yeah. Like that type of vibe, man.
You better get up and speak in my funeral if I pass first. I'm gonna get up and say some of yours.
I was like, man.
I'm gonna be like, Jesus, babysitter, finally. Oh no,
man.
Tell me what Jesus like.
Well, I did it, bro. Like so, I was like, man. When I got done, like it's like, man, I don't even like the whole notion behind me was like it was selfish, like it seemed selfish, but like just not to cry in public, man. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I just did what I did, and I'm like, man, let me just hurry up and scatter through this real quick, so I don't cry. Like,
but did you? I mean, but how'd you feel afterward?
I felt like like I did the right thing.
Yeah, it's kind of. It's
felt
kinda,
like I did the right
thing.
thing.
It's like cathartic.
Yeah,
when you go through, some of those trials, and I won't say trials, but through some of those tough moments, and even though it's tough, you still soldier through it. I think that's a great show of inner strength.
What up, Dean? What up, Dean? What up, Dean? It's a yard man. That's it, Dean.
Why say?
Yeah, but yeah, like that made me like, man, bro, like I don't know. I think I needed that because like, bro, I was sitting there in the back like, man, go say something. You gotta say something. People gotta hear your voice.
Good.
And then I was like, my heart just poop, get up. It was whooping me, bro.
The spirit moved you. That's what that was. That was the spirit. That was the spirit.
I ain't never experienced nothing like that before. But like, hey, if you say it's the spirit, it is the spirit. I felt like it was just.
I don't mean like the spirit of. I just meant like some outside force was telling you go ahead
to do it.
Yeah, go ahead and do it. Go do that thing. You straight. You good. Go do your thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I didn't have anything so when was this? When did it take?
It was like Sunday.
Sunday.
So
okay.
That started off the week, and then
I got
I
asked you.
Yeah, but like for me, that was the biggest thing. Like, I was like, man, your boy. Yeah. I feel like I could do anything.
Yeah.
At this point, like I did that.
Dude,
you know what I'm saying?
That's how I felt when I jumped out of a plane the first time. Well, first time I bungee jumped actually. First time I bungee jumped after that, I was like, man, life ain't shit. I got it.
I can do anything.
I can do anything now. I can do
anything.
I can literally do anything. I jumped out of a plane. I bungee jumped. I could do anything. Like that's honestly how I felt.
And sometimes all it takes is just like a little bit of just this much courage, man. Like just this much. Like it's
just
like,
a little bit. That's all you need. Just a little bit.
Whatever's been holding you back, like you can push through it. Like so, yeah. That's how I started my week off. Like I felt like you know what I'm saying.
That's a good way to start, honestly.
And all that.
And then you had a vacation day after that, so you kind of calm down, relax yourself on Labor Day, and be like, man, I did that.
Yeah. So it was all good though, man.
That's dope. Well, listen, everybody, before we get started, please, you know what I'm saying, like, share, subscribe, hit the little notification bell when Mr. Heff goes live or myself. So that way you can get all of our information and you can roll with us anytime we put up some new info on the info reel. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Facebook is at the KC Info Reel. We are on Twitter as well as Instagram at KC Info Reel, all one word.
Definitely.
So go ahead, check us out, follow, like, share, subscribe, all that good humming, and let's go ahead and get into it, man. I'm gonna just let you know though, for real, I'm proud of you though, dog. For real.
Thank you, bro.
I mean, seriously, that's. You know what I'm saying, not to go crazy or whatever, but I mean that's dope. I mean, especially when you know that there's a challenge or something, or there's a challenging situation, and you say, "Let me go ahead and get through this anyway."
Just do it.
That's dope.
Just do it, man.
That's real dope. That's real dope.
Nah, I be trying, bro. Like you know what I'm saying. Sometimes like I feel like I be too hard on myself. Like when I don't get like set up or to get the episodes in on time. Like I'm like, man, I didn't let everybody down, you know what I'm saying? But like I sometimes I realize like it's the small details like people pay attention to, like the things behind you, and they don't even pay attention to you not missing the deadline.
Hey, shout out to the people at Dancehall Reggae who hooked us up and let us use their information. I mean, let us use their backdrop once again, you know what I'm saying, for the meantime, in between time, before we get our own.
You
know what I'm saying? We growing, we getting better. Every week it's a little something different, a little something better. We got a little something for y'all later on in the show. You get to check us out. Hopefully if you roll with us, stay with us, you'll see what we got at the end that we could do to get y'all, the good people who roll with us, involved. So you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. And once again, this week again we have a sponsor. We have Rose Flooring. They sponsored us, so we got to shout them out. Shout out to Rose Flooring. You can look them up on Facebook, Instagram, Rose Flooring.
How you spell that?
ROWE space FLOORING. I think I got it. I got my Achilles to be on.
Flooring.
But yeah, shout out to
well,
Rose Flooring.
Flooring. Okay.
Flooring,
See,
like they do your floors.
Okay, gotcha.
See,
I didn't know what we were talking about. So he just hooked me up.
Flooring.
Right on.
So shout out to Rose Flooring. Look them up. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I had their number here somewhere, but like my phone's acting crazy, so I don't have the number. But
You got an iPhone though. That's supposed to be the new hotness.
Man, I ain't trying to hear that, bro.
Hey, nah, Apple's supposed to be the end all of all phones, right? Ain't
the
they?
new ones are. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The new ones
you got
are.
that.
But
Okay, I understand. You've been doing other things. So
yeah.
I can't hate too
Rose
much.
Flooring. That's
Rose Flooring.
our sponsors for today.
Absolutely.
And yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get time to put up their logo, but next week we'll definitely have their logo. And if you're interested in getting your product on the KC Infrared, you can hit us up at kcinforail@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just hit us up.
kcinforail@gmail.com. Make sure you roll with us.
Yeah, rock
Please.
with us, man. We gonna do you right, man.
Man, facts.
But yeah, bro, let's get it. Let's get the party started,
Man,
What's
first-
good? What you got?
First thing up, man. Okay, so do any of you all have? Well, this is for anybody who has children who are going to Mizzou, relatives, whatever. That I'm old enough to have a child there, but yeah, if anybody has any children, relatives, or whatever that are going to the University of Missouri in Columbia, Missouri, you may want to be aware of what the heck is going on right now. So,
Oh man, what's happening?
dude,
I got family down
if
there.
anybody is on Twitter, and I suggest you get on there at least, excuse me, at least once or twice, but get on Twitter and follow at University of Missouri. They are these people are laying out an entire expose of what's going on at the University of Missouri when it comes to what they're doing in regards to COVID.
Okay.
So basically, they're like, and Mizzou's been basically touting themselves as a forward-thinking university and making everything for the students and how they're so student forward. They were making sure that we're putting tests out there. We're really aggressively testing everyone, and they did aggressively test people when they first got there.
Okay.
However, some have been there for a couple of weeks now, and it's a whole different story now because,
It's going down.
dude. Well, some people are actually coming down with COVID, and some students are actually getting caught. Well, not getting caught with it, but are testing positive with it. So what do you do in that case? Is there a plan in place? What are you supposed to do?
I'm pretty sure they're not telling the other students though.
Dude, well, I mean, no. So some of the students are telling other students. I think they have to. I think there's I don't know if they have to, but the school is telling them because it's like, once they find out, it's coming out amongst the people on campus.
Okay.
But it's not going out beyond that.
All right.
Like it stays within the walls of the campus.
Gotcha.
So, for example, like let's see, August 24th.
That's a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago, they only had 168 people with COVID.
What?
Yeah, I know, only 100, but it's like 30,000 students at the school.
168,
Yeah,
bro.
168 with COVID.
With COVID and Mizzou.
Yeah.
168.
168
on
August
24th.
August 24th. But
Damn,
As-
son, like, hold on, man.
go
Like,
ahead.
Like, so let's understand.
Yeah.
How big do you think that student population is?
I think it's actually, I don't know. Isn't it like 30,000 students?
So 30,000. Like I went to a little college, so like I
went to a very small school. I think it was
so
more people at my high school.
3,000 people. 168 out of 3,000. Like that would have been like, man, like a nice little percentage.
Dude, yeah.
At my school.
Yeah. So it hasn't been what? It hasn't been 2 weeks since then. And just last week when they tested, they had 1,133 cases.
What?
Yeah, from 168 to 1,133. Boone County actually has a 44.6% positive test rate in 1 week.
That's crazy.
In 1 week, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So, the chancellor is a guy by the name of Mun Y Choi.
It's Asian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
I mean, not that
right.
it really matters.
Exactly. Right. Why does his ethnicity matter, bruh?
Just the name I heard. It's just like, man, it's like.
So Chancellor Choi, I like the alliteration, but yeah. So Chancellor Choi, basically, so people were, thinking like, okay, well, if I got COVID, or if you're a parent, I sent my kid up there, relative, whatever, I have somebody up there. If they get it, surely there's got to be a plan in place,
Right.
dude.
No plan.
Well, there's a very light plan, very light plan in place. You know what I'm saying? So it basically is like there are no what I want to say there. I won't say there's no plan in place. Like I said, it's very light.
It's light because I guess it's kind of like the president, but kind of like with the president. Oh yeah, it's nothing. It's gonna go away, type deal.
Yeah. So all right. So let me break it down. Right.
Go ahead.
So if you get COVID, they basically quarantine you for 10 to 14 days.
Okay.
If you stay on campus.
All right.
Then they have a deal with some of the local hotels, and they got some rooms at some of these hotels. I think they had like 30 rooms at some hotels for you to stay at and all that. And if you ever come down with anything like that. Only thing is the hotel rooms are dirty. The hotels room
got COVID.
The hotels have no staff. There's no staff at the hotels.
Dang.
Then when it's time for you to get fed, they forget about you. So how do you get food? You're in quarantine. How you supposed to eat? So people are like, well, so first of all, if you live on campus, there's housing for you. If you don't live on campus, you got to buy your own hotel room.
Wow.
To quarantine yourself. Then either way, they forget about you when it comes to food. So if you have a food card or something like that, you have to, I guess you run the risk of giving somebody else COVID because you got to go out and get yourself some food and get something to eat. You know what I'm saying? So you got that. So they have poor room placement for that. They have no place for, sororities, fraternities. That doesn't matter. Whatever house you're in, if you got it, get out. That's basically how it goes. You get out.
So what's wrong with sending them home?
What's wrong with sending them home? Well, a lot of people, especially now, it's just reported not too long ago that as of 2020, this is one of the times when the most people under the age of 30 are living with their parents. Okay. So you got so let's imagine a kid going home and living with their parents, and grandparents might still be living there as well. Now you got COVID. You came home. See what I'm saying? So now you've completely extended.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Right.
Like,
and exponentially.
He got some stuff written down about it. Like I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish. Then I'll come back and say something about it.
Absolutely.
If I don't, y'all remind me, man. Like I'm getting old, man.
Yeah, you're old enough to have you a Mizzou kid.
Right.
So, but yeah. So like I said, they keeping the counts quiet and they don't have a plan in place. It seems. And so like I said, so what are you supposed to do when you can't get any food? You're a SOL. And there's pictures online. I wish we were able to load it up on the info so y'all could see, but there was like a person had two, if they even remember to give you food, because not everybody gets food. Remember that. So if they remember to give you food, you'll get like 2 ravioli and a couple of pieces of broccoli. That's your meal.
And that's at Mizzou in Columbia.
Where
with all those farms.
Mind you. And they just raised the tuition. So what is the tuition raised for if you ain't even getting anything for it? What happened? What is that? Man. So not only that, then you got so they've increased the guidelines and for the staff and for social distancing and all that. So they put all that in place, but staff are not even following the own guidelines that they put in place. They not wearing masks. You know what I'm saying? So what are they supposed to do? What else was I gonna add to this just to make sure? Oh, then going back to the chancellor. So now people are getting online, getting on Twitter. Young kids, they like to complain. Well, I won't say they like to complain, but if they're going to complain, they want to go directly to the person,
to the source.
Man, facts. So they went
not like them old people that we grew up
right.
with.
Nobody's writing a letter to the president of the company and hoping that they say something. They like, nah, let me hit you up. You on social media? Got you, homie. So they hopped on Twitter.
The time we live in now.
Hopped on Twitter, started talking to Chancellor Choi, and was like, dude, X, Y, and Z, let's go ahead and take care of this. What you doing? And he started blocking folks.
Dang.
He started blocking people. Now
when the pressure hits,
and then it's so bad now. And you can check this out. It's on USA Today and all. If you guys like to read the news, but me, I like to tell the news. But you can check it out. And he actually was facing a suit from a former Mizzou graduate who's now a lawyer who brought a case against him and the state and the and the University of Missouri basically saying if you're blocking people, that's basically a violation of everyone else's or those people's First Amendment rights. So now, because yeah, and I'm like, yeah, so it's a completely bad situation. If you ask me, I'm like,
you say anything, I'm blocking you. Like,
man, yeah, that's great. And what it is, he was just basically going out. It's like he went to Twitter and just checked out his name, and anybody who said like cuss words near his name, block.
Wow.
So even if they didn't tag him, if they just said his name, he didn't like it. He was like, nope.
Like Randy Heffna, you know what? I've been waiting for this moment.
Right.
That's kind of like I don't know how far did you?
Yeah. I'm good.
But that's crazy because the reason like I talked to a couple of kids that went to Mizzou or whatever, and they're basically saying they're active in residential life, and they were saying that when the pandemic hit, they had to issue refunds to kids.
Yeah.
So
they gonna
to
get that money.
compensate for that. They increased tuition, and I guess when they had the cases, they had students going to classes, but when they start realizing like cases started developing, they made the classes online, so you stay in your dorm room and go to class. So I'm like, you could done
that at home
from miles away,
right? That's crazy.
So
like, what am I getting for this?
Yeah, so it's kind of like we get you down here, like we don't know if it's safe. Well, since we realize it's not safe, don't go back home to your parents. We gonna treat you like you Walking Dead or something. You know, so you got to fight for your food. And we gonna raise the tuition.
Wow, that's crazy.
To make sure we get all our money back from what we refunded last year.
Yeah, and they want to get that bread. They gonna get their bread. Put it like that. They gonna get their money.
And it's not like it's not. I'm not saying like I know a lot of schools have a student life budget where they can bring artists in or whoever.
Yeah.
Like it's not too many people moving where you can bring them in to say, okay, all right, since they're here, we can provide some entertainment or provide some substance to them. Somebody who's going to inform them or whatnot and fly them in. But ain't nobody really flying like that.
No,
so, like,
I mean they are, but it ain't nearly as robust as it used to be.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, the airports is not what it used to be. But what I'm saying is, what's the value? What are they getting from like just being stuck at this school?
I guess the ability to be out on their own and see what real life is like. See how everybody screws you. Don't matter. Your parents can't save you. So that's what you get to find out firsthand, for real. Now you know. If you didn't know, now you know.
And do they have a football season this year?
I don't know.
Because they went to the SEC.
Right. I don't know if they're gonna be engaged in actual playing this year. I don't know. So I don't know. We have to check that out and see one of these days. You know how that's gonna pop for them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Anyway,
but like even with the whole everything, I think everything we're just in the midst of a change, like a change of a lifetime. I think.
Absolutely. Everything we're doing is this is new. All of this is new. This is new uncharted territory for us right now. And I mean, I get it. Nobody has had the opportunity to really, like life can't slow down enough for us to say, hold on, let's stop and think. And, I'll say you would think that in the way that some of these things are playing out. Especially when we, look at the NFL, which we'll get into in a little bit. But like a lot of these things, it seems like, did anybody think this through? Did anybody put a plan in place?
No, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it seems like. It seems like nobody's really, saying, okay, hey, let's do some real thinking. Right. Let's make some sense. Let's hope this makes some sense right now. You know what I'm saying? That part. So I don't know. That's just kind of weird to me. I felt like that needed to be addressed. And if anybody has some people at the University of Missouri in the Mizzou, check on your folks, because they might not be doing as well as you think they is.
Yeah, check on them, man.
Check on your
I
people.
gotta call my people, make sure they cool, cause like I didn't even know the cases were that high. Like last time I talked to him, he said like it was a couple of people who had it or whatnot. But like you said, they might not be like telling everybody what's really going on, kind of like how it used to be when we were at that place where it'd be a whole bomb in the building and we don't even know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, we got some comments. Somebody, let's see. Somebody says, don't send them home. Took out the whole family. Another says they should not have gone to school, in my opinion. I'm with you. You're absolutely right. They shouldn't. They shouldn't have gone. They shouldn't have been there. I don't know why they were there. I'll say this. I don't know why they were there if they didn't have an actual plan in place that they could actually implement. Because if you're not, and that's the thing. That's the problem that we come across or we run across a lot of times. That people get held to a standard that the people in charge aren't even themselves willing to implement. Like if you are not going to exercise this and you're not going to exemplify this for me, how thorough or how much of a threat should it? Well, how seriously should I take this if you're not taking it seriously?
Well, what I say though is, like it shows to me this whole COVID situation. It shows all of us how much we are alike. We don't know too much about it. Even though you could be so smart, so educated, got this suit and tie job that you got to wear a suit and tie every day, but like at this point, you're just merely making speculations, and the speculations they're being proven wrong at this point because like nobody knew this was gonna happen. Like imagine a chancellor who's like, I'm responsible for 30,000 students
or more. I still don't know. Y'all somebody let us know how many students are at Mizzou. You can Google that real quick.
Think about it's probably in the 30 or 40s because they stadium.
I know their stadium
like
is
70.
Okay.
It was like 70 or something.
Okay. Yeah, somebody let me know how many people got. But I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I'm just saying, like we all the same, man. Like we don't really know what's going on, and it's crazy. Like even in this pandemic, that man, it's still a grab for money.
Yeah,
still a grab for money, and they still don't like black people.
Absolutely. All this is, I mean, in many respects, is there have been grabs for money, whether it's educationally, whether it's business wise with the PPPs, whether it's the PPE. You know, I mean, there are tons of people who are out there just trying to see what they can get.
Yeah.
And then they'll say, well, I can get it because of COVID. You know, you're like, no, you're getting it because you're greedy. And you're trying to use COVID as a reason to get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but we're seeing the same thing take place at Mizzou. So it's happening at Mizzou. I'm sorry, but we're seeing it also take place at KU, NYU, and other places. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter where you are, you too can be affected, man. And I'm talking about
them no refunds.
I'm talking about as far as the food and the treatment of the students. You know what I'm saying? So that's happening all over. Let's see. Another person says the school should have held off from having the students return. Absolutely. I'm with you.
Everybody getting homeschooled.
Man. Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, man. I mean, we just saw not too long ago a teacher. I can't remember where she was. I apologize, but she was diagnosed only days before dying, and she got COVID from one of her students.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like they had just started in-person teaching again, and she was like the life of the student and all that. Oh, okay. So I was close. What in 2018, they said 2018, Mizzou had 29,866, so 30,000 students. Man, 30. Hey, I feel good. Because that was a straight up out of my booty.
I pulled shooting from the hips.
I pulled that straight out, and I hit the target. So that's different. But I'm just saying. So we just heard about a young lady who just passed away. Like she passed. She had learned that she had it days before. Days before that, she had just started back teaching. So what are the actual plans in place for this thing? And we see that it affects people in different levels in different ways. Now, she may have had some other lingering issues. She looked like she was obese. And she, and she may have had some other issues as well. But it's like, dude, okay, so we know that this happens. We know that this occurs. What's the plan? What is the real plan? You know what I'm saying?
Man, the real plan is to teach ourselves. For real. Like
learn for yourself, teach yourself.
Everything's everybody's like, even a little baby can access Google. So like
everybody homeschool yourself right now.
What's the point of having schools at this point.
Wow. What is the point of having school? This is a good
What's the
question.
point?
So for social organization and social to learn, social lessons that you otherwise wouldn't get with your friends.
Okay, and where would you get a chance to exhibit anything that you learned in school in virtual school right now?
Where would you get it? Well,
at a family meeting.
Yeah. You get to use your social skills with your parents after you've learned it from your parents.
I'm saying like the only place that you get to exhibit is unless you get around your friends or family.
Yeah, and if you can't get around your friends,
and that's for the people who are open to doing that, because it's a lot of kids that will never be like, I know my timetables. That's how old I am.
He said my timetables.
Yeah, wow. It's not too many kids that will just pop up and say something like that, like to their cousin, like I know this, I know that. Like this is not them days are over.
Yeah.
Over.
No, you're right, and that's the thing, and I don't think people are ready for that, nor do they have a plan in place to say, okay, what's next, or what's the actual direction we want to go with this thing. So instead, we're like, it's almost like you're being pushed off a boat, and somebody's saying, hey, there's water out there, learn how to swim, and you're like, but I'm trying to hold on, wait, and so you're gonna be falling into the water, still trying to hold on to the boat without ever learning or ever telling yourself, hey, I probably should have learned how to swim at some point before I get out there, and the boat sink.
Just jump, man.
Anyway,
that's why I say just jump.
Let's see.
Man.
That's when somebody says, create structure and a plan, quit fucking around, just leave it to just happen. The U.S. is struggling, but it's supposed to be the superpower. You telling too much truth right now. Too much truth. You know what happened when you speak too truthfully? Hey, what did Andre 3000 say? Let me hold it down. They shut you down when you speak from your heart. Now that's hard. You know what I'm saying? That's facts. That's facts. It's true. So, but I mean, we're supposed to be the superpower, and we're supposed to be the ones that have all the answers. But we ain't got the answers, Sway.
We ain't got the answers. we ain't got the answers.
Yeah.
Man, you know what else we don't have the answer to?
What's that?
What I don't have the answer to. How. This is a segue into our next topic. If you ain't realizing,
I got you. Let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? My art might be ugly, but my shot's on point. You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
Nah. You know what else I don't have the answer to is how could you boo at people trying to unite, display unity, and I don't have the answer to is why is I don't even want to say like the NFL. You pretty much know all the people in the stadiums. Like it wasn't that many people in there because of the COVID.
Yeah, it was only like 17,000.
You pretty much know who's what. You can go back, run tapes to see who's booing or whatever, and like I don't know, send him a letter, ask him something like hey man, like they don't let you sneak liquor in,
right?
But
they don't.
I'm pretty sure they'll let the people who were booing when they were trying to show that standing for unity last night, they'll let them go scotch free.
Yeah, absolutely.
It wasn't nobody. The quarterback didn't drop back in the pocket or nothing, so it wasn't what I'm saying, like a bad play call or none of that. So
we didn't even get the game started yet, and folks was already booing.
Man,
and that. So for those of y'all who aren't aware, who don't know what we're talking about, the NFL season kicked off its 101st season. The NFL kicked off their 101st season just yesterday with the Chiefs playing the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. And we are in KC Info Rail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They played against the Houston Texans and allowing 17,000 fans to actually come in and check out the game and all that. And what was it? So they had it set up with the national anthem was played, then the Black national anthem was played. After that, there was a moment of unity that they participated in. So what happened was the national anthem played, right? During the national anthem, and I think during the Lift Every Voice and Sing, Black national anthem, for those of you all who aren't aware. If you ain't get it, learn the lyrics. James Weldon Johnson wrote that. Anyway, but it was so that happened, and while that was taking place, the Chiefs were already out on the field.
Right.
The Texans were in the locker room.
Right.
During both national anthems. Then during the moment of unity is when the Texans came out. So now I don't know if and that's when we heard, a cacophony of booing during a moment of silence. So it was like a moment of unity / a moment of silence where, both teams would have, locked their arms together, would stand in the middle of the field. And that was it. Just, hey, let's take, the announcer said, let's take a moment, for social justice, for, people, black people and people of color. I think he said something like that. He put all that out there, right? And during that time, it was quiet for like a couple seconds. Then there was boos for about 5-10 seconds. Then applause came on top of that to kind of like drown out the boos. But it was like, and I put this out earlier for y'all who check us out. But it's like, I'm thinking, okay, so were they booing the Texans for not being out during the national anthem or whatever, or were they just booing? They were booing the fact that you were doing this thing for social justice. Because here's the thing, let's be real about it. If it was about cancer, they would have no problem. If it was about autism, they would have no problem. If it was about honoring some military vet who just came back from war or something like that, oh God, there would be no problem. But soon as you start talking about racial justice, man.
And especially on a team that possibly is dominated by African Americans.
The league is 77% black. The entire league is 77% black. So why wouldn't you talk about the things that affect you? And speaking of, it's kind of interesting. There was a poll that was taken just in in April, when they were talking and saying like, how do you feel? Just asking average people, how do you feel about athletes speaking up and talking about their social issues and all that stuff? And it was only like 45% that were with it, right? Dude, they just had a poll just last week and it was up to 60%. You know what I'm saying? That's actually huge. That's the most people who've been in support of that. Unfortunately, it seems like a good portion of them didn't come to the game. Because it seemed like, and again, this is, and I'm not saying that everybody in Kansas City is like this, but it just seems, it put a stain on the movement, the moment, and it put a stain, honestly, I think, on Kansas City, to be quite honest. It kind of reminds me of the whole thing we were talking about last week with, the biracial family movement in North Kansas City. Bro. And folks was talking crazy about him and how dare you, and he's probably a rapper and all, like.
I don't like for an organization that the situation was introduced to, which is the NFL. Yeah. The commissioner, Kaepernick, kneeled. What's that? 3 years ago or 4 years ago?
4 years ago was the end of this season.
So this was introduced to you firsthand.
Yeah.
Like you shunned it.
It's almost like he was like, I told y'all. I told y'all.
It was shunned. Like it was frowned upon. Like it was, even the president got involved to say,
get that son of a bitch off the field.
Get him off the field. Like, nah, nobody shouldn't not stand during the anthem and all that. So it was brought to you guys' forefront before it was even like this whole Black Lives Matter thing going on. Right. And you mean to tell me that with that, like, they don't have any like organized, like, they should be, I think, not even to compensate for it, but the NFL should be leading the drive in this whole Black Lives Matter movement.
You think they should?
They should.
Why? And why is that?
Because they made it a bad thing. Mm-hmm. So why does it really matter now if it was a bad thing then?
Well, I mean, okay. I guess I can see your point. I guess I can see your point. So it's almost like they
people were getting fined.
They were They were right. They started it. So why not fix the crap that you started? I don't know. I guess I never thought about it like that. But yeah, that's
like, it was brought to them first.
Yeah,
like,
you're right. You're right. And it's almost and then for them to come around and now embrace it like this is our idea.
That's fake to me.
Hey guys, you know what would be really cool for you guys? We heard you guys are having some social justice problems. You know what would be great? If you guys took a knee. Any of you guys want to take a knee? That would be great.
So now it's
like,
okay.
Right, that's
now
what I'm saying.
It's okay to take a knee.
Right, exactly. I feel you. Like now it's okay.
Now it's okay to say Black Lives Matter on the side of the field.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, and that's the thing. Funny you say that, dude. So just like the NBA, the NFL has their corporate sponsored and approved phrases, and I'll give them to you. There's 7. They say, "We support equality. We must end racism. We believe in justice for all. We believe Black Lives Matter. We must end police brutality. We choose unconditional love, and it takes all of us." And it's like, okay, so now we can end the willful ignorance by Roger Goodell and the owners. You know what I'm saying, and acknowledge the fact that they was on some BS, like you were saying from jump.
Exactly.
But okay, so
all you see, like what I'm saying is like this country, these major organizations, they're pretty much like gangs in my eyes, because the NFL was like shunning this whole thing. Nah, get this guy out of the league. Get this guy out of the league.
Yeah.
Now that they got Jay-Z, all that, they were trying to
matter of
correct
fact, hold
all
on.
that.
Go ahead.
No, they're trying to make it more appealing to black people. Like, it wasn't because he was kneeling because he was black. We're not shunning any of the issues that black people are facing. But this guy was pretty much out of work. He was looked at as a heathen.
Yeah,
as a heathen.
Yeah, how dare you? How dare you? It's almost, I mean, that's what it is. These incredulous bastards was sitting there talking about, how dare you? I pay you. I give you millions. I pay your salary.
On top of that,
how dare you act like you have it bad?
On top of that, Kaepernick won his lawsuit, and now he has to maintain his silence.
Man, yeah.
Like, that's some gang stuff. Like that's some stuff gangsters do,
that's
bro.
Game. Yeah, absolutely. Like the NFL is a game. Like, yeah, that's a game of football. The game of life, though,
man.
Politics. Yeah. And I don't mean like presidential government politics. I mean just positional politics
yeah.
As far as like, oh, you're not going to say and I'm going to buy your silence. Like that. So that sort of stuff that's game. That's the real game right there.
Man.
Yeah.
And it's crazy enough that, like, I guess once we, like, I hate every week to come like talking about black people, like,
dude.
like
yeah,
that.
and I mean, honestly, I would love to talk about like birds and building things and all the good stuff I do, and I would love to talk about that stuff. But like, there's always something or somebody that's affecting us or trying to screw us in some kind of way, and we always got to stay. Like I've said earlier and said in many other podcasts, like, dude, we got to stay awake at the gate, because if we ain't awake, ain't nobody else gonna be awake and be like, hey, guy, I just thought, this guy's over here doing some racial stuff. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Keep doing your thing about wood and talk about birds and bees. I'm going to handle this for it. Ain't nobody out there doing that. Not largely. It's not happening, because if it was, then we wouldn't be in this position. We wouldn't have to make these points. We wouldn't have to talk to, we wouldn't have to keep, Mr. Heff and I, we wouldn't have to keep bringing up, hey, here's another issue that's affecting black folks. Here's another. I mean, because in all actuality, the Info Rail ain't a black show. I wouldn't say like we're a quote unquote black show with two black men, but it's like we're not. It's not always just about black people, but it seems like ain't nobody else talking about this, and I think they should though. And that's the thing. I really feel like they should. And it's like, and you brought up a good point. And I feel like that somebody needs to say it. Where's Jay-Z? Where is Jay? Like, again, I'm not expecting him to do nothing. I'm really not. I'm
not either.
I visited a post that somebody put up last year, when they were talking about how Jay-Z was actually he basically blamed single mothers for kids not respecting cops and getting shot. Like that was a very weird correlation that Jay-Z drew. And they were like, and now this dude is the choir director for the NFL. Well, they didn't say that, but that's what we said. But it's like, okay, so all right, he said that he's the social choir director for the NFL. All this is going on now. Where is Jay-Z? What was that? You see what I'm saying?
I think he's trying to stay COVID free, like all of us. Like all of us.
He's trying to stay. All right.
I mean, that's the life, preserving life is the most important thing that every human should like embrace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Preserving life.
Yeah.
And like, contrary to popular belief in our communities, like we think taking life is
It's some
like,
thorough stuff,
like, yeah,
or whatever.
that
like,
brings
oh,
you to the top of the totem pole.
You did that. Yeah. But yeah,
But preservation of life, that's what we should all strive for.
Absolutely.
So I
You're
can't
right.
say. I understand Jay-Z, he was mentioned, but like
He got
like,
a check, homie.
Nah,
That's what that was.
he got to preserve his own life at this
No,
point.
he does, but I mean, let's call it what it is. He got a check.
He got a check.
He got a check, and he was like, "Listen, I got a check, and so like, if y'all got some issues, check with me, and we gonna ride out in this Bentley, and I'm gonna give you some of this,
And that's another reason
some of this
why
Ace of Spades, and we gonna call it a day."
That's another reason why I think the NFL should be leading the charge in this whole thing.
No,
Because,
you're right. I like that.
like, you got a major figure.
Mm-hmm.
You drop the ball. You pretty much put this man out of a job, Kaepernick, and the other guy that y'all let back in.
Dude.
But we don't know the technicalities of what happened or whatnot.
Yeah, and we probably will never know
We'll never
everything
know.
that took
We'll
place.
never know.
Yeah,
But
you're absolutely right.
But they should be leading the charge to like, okay, Black Lives Matter. Even if we're practicing tokenism, like this should be like the NFL's contribution. Like we gonna lead the charge on this. Like we don't, man. And on top of that, you're having a season and putting people at risk at catching the COVID.
That's the part I don't get. That's the part I really don't get.
Like, do we really need sports that much?
That's what I'm saying. I don't get it. But it's a business. Business has to go on, and they don't care who catches it, who gets it, and everyone's in these bubbles. I was watching an interview with Dr. Myron Rolle, who used to play in the NFL. Now he's a neurosurgeon at Harvard, and he was he said that like all that goes out. Like, okay, sure, you're elbowing somebody, but during the game you're using your hands and you're grabbing
Touching
people and touching and smacking and spitting and all that. Like all that's happening in the game. All that's happening. And then what? You're in a bubble after that? Then you just elbow your dude at the end and say, all right, right on, good game. Like, what if you get so what about people with families, wives, kids, and all that stuff? So then you go home. You can't go home. Are you in the bubble? Is everybody in all 32 teams are in the bubble right now? Is that what that is?
I don't know, bro.
I don't. Again, what is the plan? And honestly, and it seems like with this whole thing, this all is just theater. That's all this is. This is. Please, for everybody who's watching, anybody who's looking at this stuff, understand this is just theater. That's all it is. This is performative theater, and obviously a lot of people didn't like the show because only 19.3 million people watched. Okay. And people been clamoring for sports for the longest. You know what I'm saying? You can only watch the NBA if you got cable. I'm sorry, what did you say?
They might have been distracted though.
I mean, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. People,
the NBA on the college football.
There's a lot of other. Well, ain't no college football on Thursday night.
No, hold on. It was something about college was going on.
It wasn't about Mizzou. I know that.
Women's basketball. So
yeah, no, I got that.
To be honest with you, I don't see the necessity for sports during this pandemic. But that's just me. I'll take my chances. Go paint murals around the city than to go to an NFL game or NBA game at this point.
Yeah. I can roll with you on that. I can smoke that.
I'll take my chances painting a mural. Getting your family out and getting them involved. Speaking of painting murals, I see they had 6 murals done last Saturday.
They did. It was dope. Man, shout out to Natasha Elskari and our own Warren Harvey, man, who was man, they
helped to Vivian Blewett, man.
They helped Vivian Blewett. I just learned her name. I was at what was it? I was at Brown Sugar restaurant in KCK. Some of her work is hanging up in there, man.
Yeah, I got some. You ain't never seen none of her work that I got.
I didn't know that was hers. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying I saw like her. There's like a whole little showing and all that. Man, that's dope. Like dope. I'm very happy with, what Kansas City is able to do. I heard a lot of, people saying, I'm going to do some donuts on it. I'm going to go smear it up.
So
of course they will.
quick story.
Sure, go ahead.
Sunday night, I do my usual thing. Go grab ice cream, or just take a stroll. You know what I'm saying? Just to ease my mind sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dang, like Vivian. That's my peoples. That's my peoples. I'm just gonna leave it at that. That's my peoples. She know what it,
good
she know what
stuff.
it is.
That's even better.
So,
Yeah.
like I was supposed to go help him paint Saturday.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But the weekend got away from me. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is.
You got to prepare for your go to your thing.
So
right.
I was like, all right, cool. You know what? Since I didn't get to paint, I'm just gonna do a mural tour. Just go around the city, just walk and look at all the murals.
Yeah.
So first place I went to Baskin Robbins, grabbed me some ice cream. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's a little muggy out here. Let me get some ice cream in. So I pulled up to where Vivian's mural was. That's the first one I decided to visit. Because it's the Baskin Robbins down the street.
Right.
Man, I heard, nigga, go home. Like in the car when I was.
Wait.
Yes.
You heard.
Nigga, go home.
Nigga, go home.
Nigga, go home.
In 2020, in a metropolitan city.
Yes.
Wow.
So, man.
Right on.
So I like I looked around.
And where were you?
On what's that called? Brookside.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
On Brookside.
Right. Okay. I know exactly. 63rd Street. Yeah.
On Brookside. Because I just she had just went live and said make sure you go see the murals because like we don't know what's gonna happen.
Okay.
And as soon as she said that, I went down there and looked at it, and I'm like, I heard nigga go home, and I'm like, what? But I didn't let that because like that type of stuff. I usually get mad about that type of stuff, man. I don't like that type of stuff. Like that's that type of stuff that made me want to walk back to the car.
Go pop the trunk.
Nah, I ain't gonna do all that. But
pop the trunk.
I'm just
pull
saying,
out
like
the shotgun pump.
That's irritating. Like why? Like it was like it's an open street. Like it's a street that everybody can go look at.
Anybody can walk on, and
And I just wanted
it's a
to
neighborhood. Anybody can.
I just wanted to see my people's murals.
Black people might live there, and they do live in that area anyway. What are we talking about?
I just wanted to see my people's murals. So
Sure.
I went there. I went to the other spots off of Trues. I went to 18th and Vine.
We went to that one.
Drove to Briarcliff to look at that one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they got one in Briarcliff too. So I went just go look at the murals because, like I said, I didn't get a chance to participate. Dope. So like I'm like, man, let me just go on a mural tour or whatever. Dope. So yeah, like and I seen that they went live and we're talking about their work and all that. But like this is the type of thing that I think should have been highlighted
more.
Especially this was one of a project city. The NFL should have zoomed in on this and displayed that during the game.
This is supposed to be absolutely
during the game.
Now that would have made sense. I wouldn't
exactly
like if, as a matter of fact, if they had done like during the Black National Anthem, like panned over, did the drone footage or whatever, and panned over the 6 locations. Something like that would have been dope. You know what I'm saying? I could see that. There was hardly any mention of it on any of the news stations.
Man,
I'm like, this is in Kansas City.
This is major.
This is huge. This is a huge movement that a lot of people have been involved in, and there was hardly any talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens. That's what happens, and that's the issue that we continue to face. It's like the powers that be only want certain information to get out. Just like we were talking about with Mizzou, just like we were talking about with the NFL. Like they only want certain things to be said, gotten out, or you know what I'm saying, and
because
spoken
like
of.
you come to Kansas City, all they talk about is Gates Barbecue and the Plaza. Like that's enough.
Man.
Like we've heard of that. Everybody who literally look up Kansas City, they won the Super Bowl, they got barbecue and they got the Plaza. Like okay, since the climate has shifted to where black people are supposed to matter, black lives are supposed to matter. The NFL dropped the ball on it. Like, why not highlight this type of stuff?
Yeah,
highlight the
there are other things that take place here other than another black person killed somebody or another black person got killed or here's some crazy goofy story about some fundraiser for a child or something like that the kid got a haircut. Like they'll do stuff like that and talk 7 minutes about it. You're like, this is only a 30-minute news show. What are you doing? Why you spend 7 minutes talking about this kid? There's real stuff going on out here.
Man, I think sometimes I'm in too deep where I'm thinking like, man, like we should expect more from like, all these major organizations.
But see, that's the thing, and that's why we got to get major, so that way we can just start looking to us and looking to our own for this information. Because just like I was saying with what's going on, like we're not the ones who are silencing our voices. Y'all are. They are. And it's not like we're sitting there on some victim tour or something like that. These are just facts. These are just facts. This is just where it is. This is just how we've been moving, and this is just how it's been. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I going back, you know what I'm saying, going back to the NFL, I will say that, you know, I wanna hold hope that the NFL will do a better job and that people will show some sort of better outpouring or outshowing than what was seen by the Chiefs. But and so I won't even say but. I hope that they will. They have 15 more games to prove it this weekend. So I don't know. I'm not even like really paying attention to the NFL. I haven't watched sports in over a year, man. For real.
I want to watch my Celtics win.
I haven't.
I'll go watch it.
I don't even know what's going on in the NBA, to be honest. All I know is LeBron is still playing, I think.
I really think that, like, with what we got going on, sports is not that dang important. Yeah. I understand it's a lot for people just to be confined to their family and their close friends, but I last night I was watching SportsCenter. I saw that Dak Prescott from the Cowboys said that his brother passed away. His older brother died. And he was like having like suicidal thoughts.
Recently?
Or whatever. Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
So yeah, he was having those thoughts.
Rest
or whatever.
In peace, man. Because I mean, they just did it. Well, I don't say just, but I like his brothers. They all look alike. Mm-hmm. Like there's just bigger versions of him.
And same time, we out here. They making him look bad. He holding out. Don't want to sign that contract.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know what people be going through.
No, you're absolutely right. We don't.
So for the ones that need sports, I can understand that. But I'm saying that at the same time, though, sport it's not necessary. It's not necessary. I mean, it's just a money maker, and it keeps like posing as a distraction to the major focus of what we should be looking at.
And that's the thing. I was gonna say, like, it's a major issue to what. Oh, I'm saying major. It's a major distraction. But like you were saying, and I can agree with it. Some people do actually need it. Yeah. Some people do need those. You know, maybe life sometimes is too hard, and this is their only reprieve from that. Okay, True. Cool. For me, I'll just say it ain't for me. Some people do drugs, some people do alcohol, some people do all of it, and sports. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever your vice is, I get that. I won't sit here and act like I'm holier than now because I don't watch the NFL right now. Uh-huh. I may get back into it. I'm still a Bears fan, and you know what I'm saying. And
Trubisky.
Don't get me started. I'll still, you know what I'm saying, keep up with what's going on with them. I probably won't be watching any games, or I may catch a quarter here or there, but I'm not like, you know, let me stop my day and just, you know, stop my whole Sunday or stop my whole whatever day so I can watch some sports. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I've been on other things right now. You know what I'm saying? I got a fiance. We getting married in less than a year. You know what I'm saying? So I got to get that. We got to get that focused. You know what I'm saying? We got funds. We spending on this and that and whatever things we're trying to get. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's more important than all this. But again, that's me. I'm not saying that that's for everybody. I'm not looking down on folks who are enjoying their sports. I do want to add one last thing before we move on, though.
All right.
Because you brought up Kaepernick, right? So Kaepernick, of course, isn't back in the NFL. People, you know, Roger Goodell was like, I don't understand why he's not in the NFL. You know, he said that bullshit. Anyway, he said that. But it's like, okay, cool. But nobody gave Cap a call, and people were pissed off because Madden, the video game, wasn't putting Kaepernick even on there as like a free agent. So Kaepernick couldn't get into the league, but at least now in 2020, Kaepernick's back. He's a free agent on Madden.
Wow.
on Madden. He's on Madden.
Wow.
So there you go. So you got that. I don't know. I just felt like we should throw that out there, you know what I'm saying? Because he's the one who started it 4 years ago. Well, I won't say started, but he was the one who was starting
some kind of awareness.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. Bringing the awareness up for the people. Yeah, so, you know, shout out to Kaepernick. Shout out to the beautiful artists who were behind getting the murals up and going throughout Kansas City.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I was about to say the names.
I don't know all 6 names.
Yeah, I was about to say I didn't want to say the 3 I know and then skip the other 3. Shout out to all the artists.
All of them.
Absolutely. Shout out to all the artists. But let's see. We got a couple comments. It says they only want to highlight violence by black people, not the majority of the positive black people are doing. After local media, somebody said. Yeah, and then another person says then they complain about black people being defensive. I wonder why. Yes. Yeah. Yes,
we're traumatized, man.
Well, it's because we don't get representation. We're not allowed to, talk about the things that are actually affecting us. So, like some of us are constantly, especially when we have to go back and forth between the worlds, so to speak. And those of y'all who work in corporate or working among people who don't look like you, don't think like you know what I'm talking about. But it's like when you're going in between the worlds, you're sitting there like, okay, how do I? What can I exactly say? What can't I say? How do I convey how I'm feeling without this person feeling like I'm attacking them? It's like you have to play those games, those mental games in your head, which they don't even think about. They don't even have most of the time. You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy thing.
They live a
carefree,
the rich, carefree life. The life that
man,
all of us desire to live, but we're just not allowed to.
Yeah, I get that. So anyway, shout out to all the beautiful artists who put that up for Kansas City, and I think it's a beautiful thing. I think I'll spend some time this weekend.
Go
around and check out all
check
the.
Check them out, man. They're dope. Like, and you can tell the different styles, and it's like, man, it's a level of uniqueness behind all the murals that I looked at. I was like, man, this is dope. Like, imagine if we could put all these murals together, like as a group. Like,
I'm sure somebody's gonna do like.
No, I'm saying black people as a group
installation somewhere.
Black people. I was saying like black people as a group, like conducting our lives, our livelihoods, our culture, all that as a mural and put it together, and we all just man.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You think these murals are beautiful? That would have been a beautiful. That would be a beautiful.
Look at the people who did it, or look at the people who this is about. That's what's beautiful. And that's the thing. That's what we're striving for, though. If you think about it, we're striving for that recognition, and that, again, Black Lives Matter, not the group, the actual sentiment, because like we're just saying we matter as well. We like it's not like we don't matter just because we can sing, we can dance, we dress well. We came up with this invention. We did this medical procedure. We're not dope because of that. We don't deserve to matter just because of that. How about we deserve to matter just because we exist? Just like y'all do. Like that's the part that always escapes every single person who is in opposition, in vehement opposition to the Black Lives Matter movement. Now me, I'm in opposition to the group because I've read their website and I don't like what I read. I've seen somehow they move and I don't like none of that either. But as far as the sentiment, absolutely, Black Lives Matter all day.
I'm with the message all day.
That's what I'm saying. The sentiment, the message, I'm with that all day and twice on Sunday.
The commercial vibe, I can't get with it. Man. Like, why does it matter now? Why do we matter now?
These plantain chips are popping. Somebody asked what we're drinking, so I'll let you know. This is another concoction created by Shots by Miko. It's got some. This is.
I told y'all we get drinks every week from Shots by Miko.
Shots by Miko. Custom cocktails to shots. Your favorite drinks. Mixologist. You need to holler at her and holler at the group. Get you some drinks. But this right here is something special. This is like watermelon. It's got some spiciness to it, and man, it's delicious, freaking delicious. I don't know.
Hey, Miko, this should be the next drink, man.
Oh man, he said this should be. She already put out a video though. She put out a video
for the new one.
Yeah, with the new one on. It's
okay.
It's pretty dope. Check it out. I ain't gonna say what it is.
I try to pay attention, but sometimes you know how my life is.
I get it. Yeah. Everybody doesn't live on social media, and that's a beautiful thing. Everybody does not live.
Hey, that's a place that we should. That's the place that COVID got us living. You know
that's
what I'm
the place to be.
But next we got
but
President COVID? You want to talk about that?
Or
you think we killed that?
No, I think before we get into the president, let's revisit 9/11. So, okay, for everybody who doesn't know, first of all, you're tuned into the KC Infrared, Kansas City's best podcast and growing fast, and I'm here with your grandmama's babysitter. Hey, Mr. Randy Heffna, you dig? This your boy Se7eN. And listen, so today is September 11th, and for those who are unaware, 19 years ago,
19.
Right, 19 years ago, right, 19 years ago, there were two planes that crashed into the towers in New York. And somehow that caused 3 buildings to collapse. Somehow. So, I don't know. You do the math on that. I don't know how they were able to do that. The planes weren't that big. They weren't even bigger than the buildings that they hit. So, I don't know what they did. 3,000 people were unfortunately killed as a result. Let's not worry about the 190,000 that were killed because of COVID to this point. And it hasn't even been half a year yet. But I digress. So that happened, and yeah. There were a lot of tributes that took place today that had to be cut short or truncated in some sort of fashion due to COVID being out there. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on 9/11, Mr. Heff? What do you think?
Man, I just remember it was. It's one of them days that you look at and you think that, man, is this really real? Mm-hmm. Is this really real?
Do you remember where you were when it happened?
Yeah. I was in school. Mm-hmm. First hour.
You where?
The first hour when we used to watch, what's it, TV1 or something? We used to watch TV1.
Wow.
Yeah. We used to watch TV1 every first hour.
Wow.
Once you first get in class. Mm-hmm. And we was watching it. And then it's like, over the intercom, we heard, oh, we need to have a moment of silence, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, a moment of silence for what? This is TV1 time. Or
right.
I forgot the name of the thing that we used to watch on there. But we used to watch, like, I guess, 10 minutes of TV every first hour.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay.
We were doing that.
And what, like Division or something like that? Or?
It was something like it had a little message, kind of like Mr. Rogers type deal, you know what I'm saying? Like one of them things we was in like high school doing this, like so. So we were watching that, and then like I heard like it's in New York. I thought it was a joke or it was a movie that was coming out in like in this year or something. Not in this year, but in 2001, it was a movie that's saying that the tires don't get hit or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
But I thought it was like it wasn't for real. Like I thought it was a joke. Then my best friend lives in New York, so like I rushed home.
Wow.
To call him. To be like, man, I'm realizing that it's real.
Yeah.
The whole nation's in panic. Like we watching CNN, we were seeing it. So I rushed home to call him and make sure he was cool. And then he started giving me his depiction of it, like what happened, what's happening right now in New York.
So what did he say? What did he say?
Man, it was like everybody was in the panicking, a frenzy, because they didn't know if it was gonna be another attack that day or in the future. So they're like, man, yeah. And he was just telling me about all the dust that they saw from their school. So they were in school and they saw this. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
What about you? Where were you at on 9/11? Where were you on September 11th?
September 11th.
2001.
My book report. Where was I for September 11th? Okay, so I was at the crib. I was in Chicago. I had my kids with me, and I was just waking up when it took place. My girl at the time was like, "Do you believe this? Look at this." And I was like, "What? What?" I was still wiping the coal out my eye. I'm like, "What is this? What are we looking at?" Yeah, I couldn't fathom that this was real. And I just kept thinking to myself, "This isn't. What is this?" What is
Yeah,
this?
it's
Like
a
what?
joke.
Like I kept trying to trying to make sense of it. What is this thing? What is this thing? How is it going? What's happening? What's popping? I don't know. I don't get it. And I don't know. It just seemed like it never seemed real to me. Like never. It never seemed real to me. Here it is, 19 years later. Still don't. Still doesn't.
I don't think I've ever. I don't think I've visited the towers when they were up, but I definitely like went to the site of where they used to be, and it's like maybe just like not the most American thing to say, but like, like I don't think the city miss it.
You don't think the city misses it?
No, the city doesn't.
Well, I mean,
miss it.
they're
Like,
buildings. They're just big, cold buildings. Unfortunately, now
Right.
they missed the 3,000 people that passed, of course.
right.
3,200, I believe, is what it was. But yeah. So I can see that, and man, you know, and that's horrible.
It is.
But I'll just say, and this is just okay. Let me preface this by saying the views and opinions that are about to be expressed by your boy Se7eN
By him.
do not reflect the Kansas City Info Rail, the city of Kansas City, or any of its sponsors or
Affiliates.
affiliates. Thank you. That's the word. But I'll say I think it was an inside job. I still think it was an inside job. I've always felt like somebody did this. Like, and I don't mean like somebody, Bin Laden and all that. Like everything around the whole story just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. We got, again, three buildings that fell. 2 planes. That in itself, And then they say, okay, well, no, but there was fires that took place because, you know, some of the debris. No, there was no debris that caused fires and another building that was across the street that didn't. No, I was looking at it.
So it
of
didn't
course,
happen.
on TV. I ain't saying it didn't happen. The buildings fell. The buildings fell. Something knocked them down. I just don't think the planes did what they said they did. Ain't no plane gonna knock down a building if you hit it at the very top of it. The whole building is not gonna collapse. It's not gonna cause enough fire to melt steel like thermite does. And thermite is almost like it leaves a residue like sulfur. You know what I'm saying? And there was tons of sulfur. There was like fountains and fountains of, what did they say? It was like a foundry of molten metal that was going around. People couldn't walk the area of the towers because their boots were melting for weeks. No fire does that. No fire has ever done that. No building has ever collapsed and that's taken place. So I don't know. I just y'all. Hey, that's I may be, you know, I know last week I said some stuff, you know, that might have upset some folks and ruffled some feathers, and today I might be doing the same right now. And I'm not disrespecting. I have no disrespect whatsoever in me for the people who passed away and the first responders who came out. Jon Stewart had to fight for 10 plus years to get them aid, for the people who helped everyone. So there were like first responders who came out. And, like firefighters, paramedics and all that, they came out and were like, hey, let's get the people, let's try to help, sitting there sifting through the rubble and all that, just to try to find people, trying to find survivors and all that, trying to help the people. Those people ended up inhaling a lot of the particulates that were in the air. Did you know that one of the buildings that collapsed was completely full of asbestos?
I believe.
And the person who owned it, a dude by the name of Silverman, was it Silverman or Silverstein? Either way, he was like, I don't want to. Like he just bought the buildings, dude. He had just bought the buildings 2 years earlier. 6 months before this happened, he had just had an insurance policy put on all the buildings that had a clause in it about being attacked. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, stuff like that, everybody doesn't know. And I'm like, look at this. This is stuff you can Google. Yeah, dude had this. He had a clause in his insurance policy that if there's an attack on my building, I get money. Okay, cool. Where is he right now? Chilling. His building had asbestos in it. He didn't want to do nothing with it. It wasn't even full. wasn't even like what. Come on, man, and that's why I'm like, okay. I mean, I
hope like I'm not gonna say hope, but like for the amount of lives that's like we hear the same thing about COVID. It's put out there to do whatever,
scare folks
to do whatever it needs to do, and changes are being made. Like, I mean, like it'll be scary to know that we live in a world like this that like lives don't even matter. Like
that's what I'm saying.
White
dude.
lives, black lives, no lives matter.
It's all about the story that they want to tell. It's like the movie Wag the Dog. If y'all ever see the movie Wag the Dog, check it out. It's basically just talking about how somebody wanted to do a war, but they couldn't get the war going until they put out the story first.
Okay.
They need to put out the story,
and then the war happened.
And then you could sell the war to the people. Think about it. We had the Patriot Act where the government is allowed to invade our personal spaces and check out our cell phone information and all personal information. The government can do that based on 9/11. Prior to that, they had that same act that they brought before Congress 6 times, if I'm not mistaken. 6 times they brought that before Congress, and people were like, nah. Each time. Then it was like, then after 9/11 pops up, everyone's like, here, take my information, take my phone. If you're not doing anything, what are you so afraid of the government looking at it for? Like that. And I'm like, nah, it's not about that. They are scaring you. There's what was it? What was the book? What was the name of the book? Oh God, I can't think of the name of the book. But there's a woman by the name of Amy. Is it Amy Klein? I think it's Amy Klein, where she talks about how like our government, or what we like to do is we like to create the what was it problem first. We create the well, first we create the solution, then we create the problem. Like there's no problem, then solution. No, we create the solution first,
and then then
we create the problem that the solution will fit, so that way we can sell it. That's what we do. What we do.
I can somewhat believe it. I can believe it.
Yeah,
because like it's a lot of things. Like, and I probably said this before.
Sure.
But let's say a small situation, not life threatening. Like it's possible that acne has killed somebody before, but a small situation which possibly comes from what we eat and what we drink, acne.
Right.
Like where's the cure for acne?
The cure for acne? Well, acne is brought on by different levels of what is it? I can't think of it. Testosterone and estrogen. What are those called?
The hormones.
Hormones. Thank you. It's based on your different hormone levels as well as your diet that engage and that's how that takes place. So,
but my point is, like,
if you take some sort of
but
inhibitor or something like that,
it's not a cure for it.
No,
it's all treatment.
Absolutely right.
Like, but I'm saying it's not.
I see
it's not life threatening.
Oh, I see what
it's
you're
not
getting at.
life threatening.
I see what you're getting at. Yeah, okay.
It's not life threatening. Something simple as that. Like, like we got treatments for days for it.
Yeah.
Where's the cure? Just cure it and get it over with.
Man.
Just cure it and get it over with.
Yeah.
Like, but it's about like that money that comes with
that's what it is, and that's what I'm saying. And there's the only people who make money. Well, I'm gonna say the only people. The main people who make money off of it are the ones who knew about it first. That's why that's why everybody's trying to put out this COVID vaccine stuff going on. And if you look at AstraZeneca, if y'all are watching stocks and companies and all that stuff, AstraZeneca put out had a couple vaccine trials that they were putting out saying we got it. Then people started getting sick.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what did you think was going to happen? You're not putting in a proper test, but everybody's just trying to rush to be first. And just because you're first doesn't mean you're accurate.
No, but I guess you're a landmark. And your name go down in the books. So that type of stuff turn some people on and motivate some people to be a landmark, but getting it right is way more important than being a landmark.
Yeah. I remember when I did a job interview, they said something like, "Would you rather be accurate, on time, or right? And I was like, oh shit, right. I want to be right. I don't give a damn about time. Let me be right.
Yeah.
If it takes me time to get there, to like I'd rather be accurate than be on time.
They want you
if I could pick one or the other, you know what I'm saying, and I didn't get the job. You're right.
They want you to show up.
They want you to be first. Like, can you show up? If I don't care,
you to wake up late and be hungry and show up to work hungry.
That's it. They want you to come in and be like, oh man, oh, what time is it? You know what I'm saying?
They say they want you like.
That's it.
They say they want you to show up to work late.
Facts.
And you be hungry.
That's
like,
it.
You show up to work late and still be hungry, man. They know ain't no Jamaicans gonna do that, man.
Oh my God.
You gonna grab some food first, and then like you get to work when you get to work.
Get that cocoa bread and
you get to work when you get to work, man.
Butter and cheese.
You gotta get food first. You know
Man, what are we talking about?
Nice and stuff.
Be like Barris Hammond. Hey, Mr. Supervisor, think I'm gonna have to call in sick? No. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I don't know. I just feel like, you know, just like with the NFL, you know, it's funny how cause some of these stories are kind of like blending together. But just like with the NFL, I feel like 9/11 was again performative theater. It was performative theater. And, you know, it ended up having us send troops to, it justified us sending troops to Afghanistan, even though that's not where Bin Laden is from. We ended up doing all kinds of, and then we, got Osama, put him on a boat, slit his throat, and then just threw him in the ocean? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Dude. So who cut his throat then? Who was the dude that cut his throat?
They should have recorded
Who did it?
that part. And
then how come so many people from SEAL Team 6 after that died? Like, you're a special units, service. What is it? Special forces military officer working on a special, assignment. You go into and find the #1 terrorist in the world. You go through everything, whatever sort of training you had to go through to get to that. You find them, kill them, throw them in the ocean and flush them like drug money. Flush them like drugs or something.
See you later, bro.
Dude, it's like the police are coming in like, Karen, throw the cocaine in the toilet. You know what I'm saying? Like they did Osama like that's what I'm saying. They did Osama like drugs, dude. They flush him like drugs. And then okay, then all of a sudden the people who did it end up dead. Come on, man. That's what makes me think this is just performative theater. I'm sorry. That's again, I preface this by saying the views and opinions you're about to hear from your boy Se7en are just mine. But seriously, that's the way I feel. That's the way I feel about that. So, I don't know.
Hey, you control the media, you control the minds of people.
Hey, there's some information.
And that's what they do all the time.
Yeah.
Like when like the pandemic first ensued or first got out, like it was like, we're slated to have 100,000 people dead from this thing. Like, lo and behold, people start getting scared. Like, am I gonna be a part of that 100,000?
Yeah.
So clearly, they knew it has time to. They knew the effect of this pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
They knew it was gonna take some people out.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're like, hey, let's see if we can find some people who can volunteer their life. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, recruitment went up. Support for the military went up. It was at an all-time high. Support for everybody was. I mean, like the what was it? Wasn't it like yellow bows or something like that they were putting on everything? So the ribbons on everything. So we had that. People were selling them and they're making a little bread off that. I mean, like there was all the commercialization of it that took place, but I don't know. I feel like nobody really felt, or at least for me and for me and mine and for where I was in Chicago at the time, like nobody really felt the way that they were saying that they were supposed to feel. or that everybody was supposed to feel after this, or after the whole thing took place.
9/11.
Yeah, it's like go ahead.
I mean, it raised questions for me. It raised lots of questions. Like when I was wondering, like, man, I'm learning about a lot of like even when the stories were being told, like, and that's what makes me. I know I'm probably jumping ahead, but it makes me interested to know what's gonna be written about in this pandemic.
Oh man, no. That's good. That's actually a good.
Like, what's the story that's gonna be told to the future generation about this pandemic?
They're probably gonna try to sell it like, oh, China. There was somebody eating a bat in China, and that was how everybody got sick. You know that's what they do. They was just eating crazy food, and then they came to the United States and got everybody sick. Now everybody's sick from eating bats.
But and also the people who live through the moment, through the pandemic, they like, they're gonna find ways to discredit them. Yeah, like with every story,
because they got power.
People who went to war, like, I try to talk to them. It's like they're telling me their stories, and I'm like, this don't match up with nothing I learned in history class, dude. This don't match up with nothing. That's I mean, and of course, like, people have the tendency to fact check. So you're gonna probably believe what you saw in the books than what you heard from somebody who went there. Yeah, and that's how they got us programmed. We programmed that way to be like, man, you know what? He ain't got no video recordings of it, so what's in the book holds more weight than what he's saying. Dude, absolutely. I mean, listen, it's all about whose opinion or whose message you believe. I think about my son, right? When I was a kid. Sorry, when he was a kid. I remember when he was in kindergarten. No, he was in preschool, as a matter of fact. And he was trying to tell me something that his teacher said, and I was like, no, that's Isaiah. And I'm like, no, that's not true. That's not right. Your teacher lies. And then wait, here's the thing. Then I pulled out a book and showed him what was right. And he was still like, but Miss Jordan said blah 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 blah. And that's all it was for him. He was like, I don't care what you show me, what you got. None of that means anything, because this is the person whose opinion, whose story I'm buying. Miss Jordan is my life. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. That's who I'm believing. That was what it was. You know what I'm saying? So, craziness. Anyway, it's all good, man. But, you know, so I'm going to just leave it like, you know, as far as I believe, As far as I'm going, I just feel like 9/11 was an inside job. I feel like it was used to sell a war that we needed to get into, that we needed to have. Oh, I'm sorry, not needed to, that we wanted to have, and it helped to increase our recruitment. It helped to increase our belief in the American dream and all that. It helped to, you know, Americanize the people and get everybody galvanized behind a common thing and united against a common goal. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, a common enemy. So it's like almost like if you think about the movie Independence Day. And, you know, all the nations have joined together to fight against the aliens, right? So that was basically what it was. All the people of the country could stop fighting one another for a minute, so that way we could fight against Bin Laden. That's all that was. That was a unification of a story to get everybody on the same page, to say, we all hate this person at least. Can we agree on that? We can agree on that? Cool. Yeah, let's go get them, y'all, and then we can fight each other after that. But the thing that bothers me about those stories, or why does it take division or tragedy for us to unite? Well, that's a good question. Is it and it seems like it's only momentarily. Then whatever the next news item is it takes precedent of whatever tragedy that happened. Like, I know 9/11 happened, but okay, we got to move on. Like, I don't know. I don't know why that is. Yeah. Like I was watching what's a movie called Revenge? It's a show, a series on. They used to be on ABC. Sure. And they had these little quotes kind of like they had it set up like 9/11 also, where they walked in the building and like they knew the building was about to explode.
Oh wow.
And all that stuff, and they walked out and they were saying that like, okay, big businesses profit from tragedies.
Absolutely.
And it's like, why at the risk of other people dying? Like I think like a life is way more important than $1 billion.
Yeah. Yeah.
But for people,
it ain't nothing because the money helps them to get through and they can wipe the tears away and with the dollar bills.
Give me a life before you give me $1 million.
Man, but I mean, but that just goes to what you were saying before about, you know what I'm saying, we need to be about preserving life because any idiot can take a life.
Right.
Preserving and
you can take a life on accident.
Man, preserving and uplifting a life, that's a completely different skill set. And not everybody is equipped or even wants to participate in that sort of sort of building. Not everybody's looking to do something like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh snap! Somebody said, "Nah, people stop hating black folks and start attacking Muslims
temporarily."
I mean, yeah, sure, it happened. I mean, yeah, and sure we got a reprieve, and that's what I was saying. So everybody got to unite, you know, in this foe against this foe enemy to say, well, look, we can all agree that person's an asshole, right? Hey, guy, I hate you. You hate me. That's true. Okay, but that guy's an asshole, all right? Okay, let's get him.
Let's get Parmesanji.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's go get this dude, you know what I'm saying? And not even worry about everybody else or worry about actual things that are going on. And that's how the Patriot Act got passed. That's how we got through the early 2000s, you know what I'm saying? That's and then Goofy. Well, I won't even say it, Goofy. But then Obama ended up getting the I'm just saying he ended up getting dude, and he ended up getting the Nobel Prize because he wasn't George Bush. That's basically why he got the Nobel Prize. So George Bush ushered us into the 2000s and brought all this craziness in, you know, brought us in with all this craziness. Then here comes Obama. 9 months into his presidency, we got a president who got a whole Peace Prize for doing what? He didn't do nothing. See, if you know, I'm transitioning now. See, I'm transitioning.
Oh, that's all good.
You dig? So, going into our next story, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm gonna get up off 9/11. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it there. Let y'all talk amongst yourselves if you need to. But I don't know. I just kind of find this funny. So, President Trump, basically, somebody from Norway, this dude by the name of Christian Tybring-Gjedde, decided to nominate the president for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Man, for what? For what?
For his work to usher in peace between Israel and the Emirates.
Are they at peace right now?
No, they aren't at peace. But he's working to get them at peace. But see, that's the thing, though.
Hold on. Would you give this current president a Nobel Peace Prize?
I wouldn't give him the Nobel nothing. I wouldn't give this dude. I wouldn't give him piss if he was on fire. I wouldn't give him nothing. This current president, I would give. I'm sorry, and I know we were just talking about preserving life, but that is a life I will not try to preserve. I apologize.
He's on the way
Y'all can
out.
Y'all can attack us, attack me, however you feel. But nah, I would not protect or preserve this president. Just based off the crap that he does, dude. Come on, man. Nah. He what would I be preserving? No, like just for the sake of saying I saved a life. Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
4 more years of BS, man.
I'm good.
He can do it. I don't think 2021 gonna be no better than 2020.
Oh my God. Yeah, absolutely. Oh. Somebody said the irony that he received, talking about Obama, the Peace Prize after killing someone and upholding an unjustified war. Hey. Well, who did he kill? You don't have to. He didn't kill Bin Laden until his second term. He got
Gaddafi.
Was Muammar Gaddafi part of it? Oh wow, you're right.
Yeah.
Damn, you are right. Yes, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it, Nurse Tasha. That's Nurse Tasha checking in. I appreciate you, Nurse Tasha, checking us out. Thank you. But yeah, he
and wasn't he the one that Who killed Saddam? Or was it Bush?
That was Bush. That was Bush. He didn't kill him. He got killed by his own people. They found him in a hole.
America was part of that, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because we broadcasted it. We helped. Saddam was one of our dudes. Bin Laden was one of our dudes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And we turned against him. It was like, your usefulness has been used up. You have no more tokens. You can no longer play the game.
Bro, I was just thinking too, like the stories that I've heard about our country, and all that. It kind of reminds me of like watching the John Wick movie.
Oh wow! In what way?
How Bin Laden can go from being involved with the CIA to being our enemy.
Right. No, you're right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It's all kinds of stories like that. People who are entangled with the United States at some point. Yeah. That I guess apparently they get awakened and want to start their own movements, then they automatically become our enemy.
Absolutely. That's exactly what it is. And it's like, and it's funny you say that, because it's like, how many movies can y'all think of where people have said, "Where do you think I learned it from?"
It's all in our face.
Serious. Like, how many times have you seen the hero, or the protagonist in the movie, and he's finally got the antagonist, or one of his minions or whatever in his clutches, and now he's got him at gunpoint or holding him and getting ready to kill him anyway, and before the person dies, they'll say something like, "Where do you think I learned this from?" or whatever. Like, there's a ton of movies we've seen where that's taking place. You know what I'm saying? Like, that happens.
We live in a theater, bro.
That's what I keep saying. This is performative theater. All of this stuff is performative theater. Obama getting the Peace Prize is performative theater. Like, so what peace did he bring?
He was black, bro.
Like you said, he got it because he wasn't. In my opinion, he got it because he wasn't Bush.
He was black, bro.
He got it because he was not George Bush. And he brought a certain dignity, and the Nobel Committee was like, "Man,
he was diplomatic, bro.
We want to we want to ride the wave because he looks a certain way, he carries himself a certain way, he speaks so well." You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it was. That's honestly what it came down to for me when it came to. When it came to Bin Laden, Obama. I said Bin Laden. Oh Lord! when it came to Obama getting the Peace Prize,
blocked, man.
And so it's all good. It's all good. Michelle talking crazy. She said something about how you can't get you can't tender your way into a long-term relationship. Even though I found my soon-to-be Mrs. on Tinder. So get your life together, Michelle. Anyway,
this dude, man.
I'm just saying. I'm serious. She said that. She said you can't tender your way into a relationship. She just said that a couple days ago. And I'm like,
maybe she's just speaking from her perspective.
That's what I'm saying. That's your perspective. That's what you got to preface stuff and say the views and opinions is expressed by me.
You know what I'm saying? She used to be a first lady. She ain't got to say that.
Anyway, let me stop. But,
she ain't got to say that.
So I just find it funny that so Drumpf is now going for, he's trying to get nominated for the Peace Prize. He's been trying to get it for the longest, saying that he should get it for whatever reason. And if you look at some of the people who have received the Peace Prize, you're like, okay, well, yeah, maybe, because when it comes down to it, it's not like they have done anything different. They a lot of people got the A for effort almost. Like they got the Nobel Prize as an A for effort. They got it like, okay, well you tried. Nothing actually happened because of what you did, but you tried. So let me say this right now. Hey American people. Hey Israel. Hey Israel. Israel, for all my people out there in the world, in Israel that's watching us. Can y'all treat the people of Palestine better? Nobel Prize, please. Nobel, do I get the Nobel Prize? Can somebody nominate me for that? I think y'all should treat the Palestinians like they matter. I think y'all should stop acting like
gotta have a script.
The Ethiopian Jews who are there should be your brothers if they're Jews, and y'all shouldn't be so racist out there. How about that? How about that? You know what I'm saying? Do I get a Nobel Prize for that?
Nah, you gotta have a better script.
Oh, okay,
you gotta have a better script.
I gotta have some better backing. I gotta have a better
script, man.
And that's
like
see
that gotta be like the claim for the Nobel Peace Prize gotta be your climax. It has to come with like, you know what I'm saying?
That should be the theme for the whole show today. Life is a theater. You know what I'm saying? Life is a theater because
you gotta provide context. That's what you tell me all the time. Yeah. You gotta provide context. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the context of you getting the Nobel Peace Prize, huh?
No, you're right though. You're right. Because I guess I can't just come out of nowhere and say, give me a Peace Prize. But I just feel like what is Trump done? You know what I'm saying? Because there's 3 criteria that you need to get the Peace Prize, right?
Uh-huh.
The first one is you have to promote fraternity among nations.
Okay.
I just did that.
Right.
The second one is you have to reduce your standing armies in positions of reduce your standing armies. And the last one is you have to create a peace congress among the nations and the people that you're working with. I work with you, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is a peace congress right here. All the people that's checking us out on the info rail. This is a peace congress, right? So again, Nobel Prize, please. No,
like you said,
ain't no Nobel. Can I get it? Somebody nominate me for the Nobel Prize.
You gotta have.
I just feel like
I feel like most of the things that get bestowed on people. I said bestowed. I use that word.
Go ahead. Hey.
But a lot of things that get bestowed on people or given to people or we say they qualify for it. It depends on the size of their audience.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. And somebody within that audience saying, "Hey, this guy, blah 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 blah." Right.
And at some point, somebody in the audience saying that. Like it's gonna, like once they start hearing it more and more and more, then it's like, okay, why not? Let's just give it to them. Let's just give it to them. But the size of the audience matters. Size does matter. The size of the audience matters. Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
I think, like I said, if we can make an impact and build an audience, like it's possible that we can influence somebody to give us a Nobel Peace Prize one day. What you think? Or no? What you think?
What do I think somebody would nominate us for it?
No, I'm saying like they would give it to us if we get to the level of where Donald Trump is, where he can say some wild stuff and still maintain.
I could choose somebody on Fifth Avenue. Yeah. No one cares, folks. Yeah. Like, okay, so I don't feel like I don't. First of all, I don't want it, and. You know,
why would you not want a peace prize?
I would want it for actually doing something that promoted peace or that actually had some fruit from it. You know what I'm saying? Not just for don't award me for planting seeds. Award me because the seeds turned into something that turned into that produced actual fruit.
But what if the fruit doesn't get publicized? That can happen.
Then I don't. Then why am I getting nominated?
Because you planted the seed.
Because I planted the seed, man. I don't know. I just feel like I feel like it should be. Like we should be better. It should make more. It should make more sense. It should match. You know what I'm saying? Things should match.
Who you think should get it? Elon Musk?
I think honestly, no. I think they should just do like they did in 1972 and be like, nah, we ain't giving it to anybody this year. We ain't giving it. We're not giving it to anybody.
I think somebody deserves it. Just not him. Just not him. Somebody deserves it.
Well, I mean, there's 318 people that's nominated right now. I mean, you can give it to Red Cross. You can give it to, you know what I'm saying, Doctors Without Borders. You can give it to any of those organizations or something like that. The UN, maybe. You can give it to anybody. But it's just the fact that he's even nominated that has him like, yeah, I'm nominated. And it's like for him, honestly, I had when I first heard about it, I was like, let me look in to see what it
takes.
No, not what it takes. I wanted to look to see what his relationship is with the dude who who nominated him. And the dude who nominated him is just like a follower of Trump. He's an ambassador for Norway, and he's one of the leaders of one of their I guess their version of the right wing. And he has a lot of the same views that Trump has. So it's like that makes sense. Like he's just an acolyte of Trump. So okay, cool. And you're one of his acolytes, and you have the nerve to actually go before people and like say with your own mouth in front of people, like, wow, they can hear you, and say things like, I think this guy should get the Nobel Peace Prize. Hey, you got the power to nominate folks, so hey, go ahead and exercise that power and exercise that right if that's what you want to do. I personally feel like you on bullshit, and he's probably getting some sort of kickback from Trump just for doing it. I ain't gonna lie, because here's the thing: anything that Trump has gotten or earned, or I won't say earned, everything he's gotten, he didn't earn it. Like he didn't even earn the presidency. Did he get the majority vote? No. You know what I'm saying? Like what? So like he didn't earn, like he didn't earn his casinos. That's why he crapped on him and lost. Like you're the only dude to have a casino and lose money on it,
bro.
Yeah, let me get out of it.
But let me ask you this:
Yeah.
What do you think is any lesson that you can learn from Trump? What's a lesson that you can learn from Donald Trump?
I will say this. I have learned something from Donald Trump.
Okay, what's that?
When it comes to negotiations, and this is in the book, The Art of the Deal, which I learned that he didn't even write. No, I read it. I read The Art of the Deal. I read it when I was in college. And then I read it again a couple years later. But he said in negotiations, the person who mentions money first loses.
Got you.
So anytime I'm doing any sort of negotiations or any sort of deal, I'm trying to work with somebody, whether it be in real estate, even job offers or whatever, I'm always thinking, okay, well, you know, I move in that realm. I put it like that. I'm not gonna, you know,
I feel bad because I mentioned money first today and talking to.
Well, hey,
but
go ahead.
Nah,
go ahead. All right,
as far as creatives go,
sure.
I know this is way off topic, but mentioning money first, like I was taught as a creative that sometimes you'll meet clients, and I don't want to say it's like a game that you play with them, where you basically tell them you don't have enough money to pay me.
Okay.
You don't have enough money to pay me, so at this point, you can go high end. You just tell them off the bat, you don't have enough money to pay me.
Wow.
And then people are to that point that they don't want to be, they don't want to feel defeated. So they be like, how you know that? You don't even know me. Right. Then I got you.
Then they want to jump.
Then you can say it's 800. And they go like, well, Timmy down the street got it for 2. Then you say, you know what? Go to Timmy then. Yeah. I told you couldn't afford me. And I got you again to come back, and maybe then you like, all right, well, I only got 7, when I know it's only really worth 2. So I don't know.
I feel you.
That's
okay.
Like some stuff I didn't read about. And sometimes I practice it. Sometimes I feel, you know what I'm saying, like. Man,
see, Mr. Heffer's a hustler.
Y'all
ain't picked that up, Mr. Heffer.
I'm not,
hey, he be doing them 3 for 5s, 2 for 7s. You know what I'm saying? He be hooking folks. So I give you that 3 for 5. Okay, do it up. 2 for 7. Wait, what? Is the price? Huh? Hold on, what? You say it fast enough, and people just go with it and just go with it. I think that's what Mr. Heffer just said.
It's just,
you know what I'm saying? But
marketing, bro.
Just so speaking of Trump, and we can go ahead and you know, we ain't got to stay on this too long, but I just kind of feel like, so with the president, Bob Woodward of the infamous, well, I won't say infamous, the famous group of Woodward and Bernstein, who came out, who worked with Deep Throat and got the information on the, what was it? Oh God, what was the gate? I can't think of it now. Something gate scandal that happened with President Nixon and him, stuffing ballot boxes basically so he can get reelected. Watergate, sorry. So with Watergate, they were the ones who broke that open. Bob Woodward actually had some recordings when he was talking to Trump, and Trump basically admitted that he knew about COVID-19 and the severity of it way early on, but that he wanted to, he didn't want to talk about the actual effects of it because he did not, what he said was he didn't want to spread fear. Now I find that weird and funny because this. Thank you, Robert Newman. Appreciate you. But I feel like that's kind of interesting considering how much he uses fear to his advantage, or he tries to use fear to his advantage.
He attempts.
He talks about how caravans of illegal. He talked about the caravan upon caravan, folks. Caravans upon caravans and caravans of illegal people. So you can see it on TV. They're coming to your town, folks. Like he'll say that. Uh-huh. He has said that forever. He's talked about people coming to disrupt the suburbs and how Joe Biden is gonna let the people come into your suburbs and disrupt your nice living, folks. I'm telling you, they're gonna bring crime and corruption into you. Like he does that. Then he'll do the listen, folks, I'm gonna tell you that they're trying to take away your guns, buddy. He'll do all of that. But I think honestly with COVID, the only reason he hasn't pushed it the same way is because he hasn't been able to benefit from it, and that's what he didn't. That's the part that he didn't say. That's true as well. You know what I'm saying?
So you actually do you really believe? Like, I find it hard to even fathom that he knew. Let me not say I find it hard, but so he actually. I think it's just, man. At this point, I think he just doesn't care, and he's like having one of those, like, you know, like when you've been to a party for more than 4 hours and you've been there, you like, you know what I'm saying, you know what, everybody cool.
I've been here long enough. Yeah,
it's cool. Like, and then you like somebody want to say y'all and include you in some that you ain't involved in.
Right.
And then you just like, you know what. Man, it's about time for me to go. Let me show my real quick.
Right,
you know
let me go ahead. Yeah.
Let me just show out real quick. Let me just go in on. Like, I think that's what Donald Trump is doing right now.
So you don't think he's trying to win? He's trying to go for a second term?
Nah. I'm saying like with that.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna boost his popularity with this again. Saying that. Okay, I knew about it. My bad. Like, he's basically having a my bad moment. Like, I really should have shared, but I didn't want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a tactic.
I don't know, because he says like, yeah, I knew that, and I still would I still wouldn't
would tell you
wouldn't push it because I don't want to spread fear among the people. 190,000 people have died, bruh.
Right.
At some point, you got to just say, you know what? Let me suck it up, put on my big boy pants, and tell people the truth.
I mean, for us,
or we could just 9/11 this thing. I don't know. Y'all let us know.
For us, we could say that, but like I said, it's something that he can play on people's emotion at this point. Like, it's politics. That's all politics is. A play on emotion.
You're right.
Politicians, pastors, police, they all play on your emotions.
The 3 P's of the apocalypse, right there. Politics, police, and politicians. That's it. The 3 P's of the apocalypse. I don't know. But I felt like that was something that needed to be stated. But you know what I'm saying? We ain't got to sit here and talk about Trump all night because I don't want to.
I ain't voting for him.
But I do want to. You know what I'm saying? We can close the book on that, and we can go ahead and get on to the fun thing. First of all, thank y'all for rocking with us on the KC Info Rail this long. I appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all absolutely for checking us out, for rolling with us this long. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, we always try to keep it new, keep it fresh, and do a little something different for y'all. So you know, we wanna open up the lines a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Open up the lines. If anybody feels like they want to call in and give us your opinion on some of the things that we've been talking about today, or you know what I'm saying, or how we're gonna go forward, or just want to say what's happening. Please hit our line. We are at 816-317-0227. Holla at us. You can text us. You can call us. Do whatever you want. Got the hotline blame popping. So, you know what I'm saying, let us know how you feel. The number's up. We're going to just leave it up. You know what I'm saying, if anybody wants to hop in. But, Mr. Heff, I know you had some info you wanted to share with the people.
Yeah. All right, since we waiting on calls,
Right.
we're introducing something new.
See if anybody wants to call in. I'll be interested to see if anybody actually calls in. That'll be funny.
They ain't brave enough, man.
You don't think they're brave enough to call in?
I don't think they're brave enough.
Who
man.
wants to be the first one to call in to the info
To
Rizzo
the
tonight?
Kansas City info reel.
Man, that'll be fun.
All right, but since we talking about introducing new things,
Right.
I had this thing that I call Let's Share a Story. So call in.
Okay.
You can call in and share a story if you want to.
Let's share a story. Let's
Just
do
keep it under 5 minutes. Swear.
No, let's keep it under 2, man.
Right,
like
cool.
a funeral,
bet.
like a funeral comments moment. You know what I'm saying? We ain't about to sit here all day listening to your story.
All right, cool. What's up, Miko? You calling in? Yeah.
I ain't gonna call out my Tinder date like that. That's bogus.
Oh, damn.
Anyway, go ahead.
But nah. All right. When Kansas City introduced something new, when they celebrated Buck O'Neill's first, was his birthday?
When they started celebrating his birthday.
When they started celebrating his birthday at the Negro League Museum.
Okay.
They had a big old celebration where it's like a Friday, it was like a fashion show. Saturday they had a party, and Sunday it was like a formal.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I happen to, you know what I'm saying, I was affiliated with a media company at that time.
Wow.
Like,
Mr. Heff be doing big things. Y'all ain't know Mr. Heff be moving in these streets. Facts.
Nah, it ain't even like that. But it's to get me to this point where we could do our own thing.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Whatever it took to get
it was my practice.
Facts.
It was my training wheels.
Okay.
It was my training wheels.
Good stuff.
So it was kind of last minute. They hit me up like, hey, you want to go take some pictures for the Buck O'Neil birthday thing.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, I could do that. I ain't do nothing else. It was kind of like this. The weather was kind of, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of chilly a little bit. So
okay.
I'm out on a regular day. Some Jordans, a hoodie, and you know what I'm saying, like I probably put a jacket over it or something, just a little jeans jacket or something.
Sure.
I had that on. I didn't have on no uniforms.
Gotcha. So what? Oh, like what sort of uniform are you supposed to wear?
Like they have like T-shirts with the name of the company,
or
the media company attached, or possibly a badge that you just say media with a media pass on there.
Okay, so you didn't have none of that.
Nah, cause they called me when I was already out.
Last
like,
minute.
Yeah, like you want to go do this, and I'm
yeah.
like, you know what? I ain't doing nothing. Might as well.
Right.
This opportunity to gain some experience,
network,
exposure, network, meet some people. I swear, I thought you was there. Like, man like, but yeah. So I'm there. I'm there. Buck O'Neil. You know what I'm saying? Like It's at a fashion show. I'm like, man, all the designers around, like I'm talking to people, meeting people, greeting people, you know what I'm saying, all in their face. Got a camera, you want to take a picture type deal.
Hey.
Right. You got a caller?
No.
All right. So I'm in their face, like, hey, just smiling and, you know what I'm saying, doing my thing, getting acquainted. That's not my forte to begin with, but like I'm doing my thing. Man, so I'm doing my thing. I done spoke to all the organizers and everybody, and like, hey, you know, shook hands, you know what I'm saying? Right. The black ladies that want to give you a hug and put that wet kiss on your face, like they done that to me, you know that. And I'm like, hey, that's what's up. Like, huh? You said a light?
You put the number back up.
Oh, damn. Yeah, put the number back up if you want to call in. If you want to call in while I tell my little story.
Right. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, you know, got the old ladies, hey, whatever, organizers, all that.
Throwing them wet, sloppy kisses
hey,
on your
I'm
cheeks.
doing one of the sevens, y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like seven. He tells me all the time, provide context. I'm giving you context. You know what I'm saying?
He giving me bull.
I'm giving you context.
He giving it to me today.
I'm giving you context. I'm giving you context. So
right on.
So I'm there. Like, I get a tap on the shoulder.
Right.
Like, hey, sir, I don't think you're supposed to be here.
Oh, wow.
So I look around. It's a Kansas City police officer, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, it's KCPD. Like, I'm like, oh man, this is all bad. So it was two people that went to the function.
Okay.
From the media company.
Okay.
So I'm like trying to get the other person's attention. Like, hey, let them know we together. Like, you cool over you over there taking pictures. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm
playing
here
your
too.
role. Hey, they got your boy. I'm hemmed up.
Help me,
Man down.
Right.
Man down. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
man, apparently they had their back turned. You know what I'm saying? So, Yeah, KCPD went ahead like, and then on top of that, bro, like I'm like they got me. They're like, hey, yeah, you gotta go. So I'm like, man, you know what? So I got some choice words for y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I kept.
So they just put you out.
Yeah, pretty much put me out.
Wow.
Cause I didn't like I wasn't dressed.
So you weren't dressed in the
Right.
in
At a black event.
Wow.
At a black event, I wasn't dressed to fit their criteria, I guess.
You didn't have the actual the necessary look that they was looking for. To
Jordans in a hoodie didn't cut it.
Jordans in a hoodie don't do it at a fashion show.
No.
But even but you're pressed though. You're pressed.
Exactly.
And
I had a whole camera on me around my neck.
The whole you dig on you, and just because you didn't look the part.
I got told I had to leave. So I'm thinking like, you know what? Like
that's bogus.
I know the security guard was looking at me funny when I was walking in. You know what I'm saying? The lady that's supposed to, like they came and said the organizer said you have to go.
Oh wow! So somebody pinpointed you out, supposedly.
Exactly.
I want, and a lot of times when they do that stuff, the organizer don't even know who the heck is,
is who.
Right? They're not sitting there looking at people. Who is that guy? Get him out! Like I'll be the first to say I don't think that's what's happening. You know what I'm saying?
But whole time I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a thinking person. I'm thinking like, you know what? I can just sit around. I know what the organizer lady looked like.
Sure.
I spoke with her. She gave me a wet ass kiss. like I know what she looked like. I know what she smelled like. You know what I'm saying? So like all I need to do is just ride around the block and like have some words with her after this. You know what I'm saying? But like I was like, you know what? Let me just jump on the highway and ride out. You know what I'm saying? Ride out and think like man, what can I learn from this situation? Like it takes a lot of guts. Like, bro, like I could have cried. Not saying like I was gonna cry like it was gonna hurt my life, but like, like having no emotions is bad. It's bad. Having no emotions is bad.
Yeah,
and that's kind of like something that they glorify in our society to say, I don't care. Like this is something that like I said, I wanted to get me to this point.
Sure.
Where I can have my own thing, and like it was an eye opener also, because I'm like, you know what, I ain't never gonna do this for nobody. I'm gonna do this for myself.
I got you.
I'm gonna do this for myself.
I feel you.
I'm gonna do this for myself. But like I said, like I rode out, like you know what I'm saying.
So you got out of there and kept it peaceful and
kept it peaceful.
Sure.
Kept it peaceful. Cause
okay.
Like, it took a lot out of me, and then like of course. I'm calling this owner for this media company. Don't answer the phone. Not answering the phone. So I'm like, man, everybody bailing on me like this. Like,
wow.
What's up? Like, so next day he's like, oh, it was all a mix up. And blah 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 blah. I'm like, it's too late.
And
I got thrown out in front of a 1,000 people.
Why? Oh, so they kind of made a spectacle of it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's my point. Like I was like, man, like, I'm like, man, I'm on the line for my people, like at my people's event, like my own people. It ain't like no, I'm in Overland Park or nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
You were here. You were amongst people that you thought you knew
in the city. Like,
so it wasn't like you just walked in like, bro, I just moved into town and I don't know nobody. You knew folks,
bro. I'm saying, you know how I move when I go. I be posted. Oh, we got a call.
Oh, we got a call. Hold on.
Oh,
we got our first call, ladies and gentlemen.
We got a call, y'all.
Hold on. Let's see what they got to say. Hold on. Put you
hey, answer that call, man.
You are on the KC Info Rail. Let us know who you are and what you got to say. Appreciate you. We're doing well, Horatio. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. I had to give a call. I had to make a phone call.
Hey, how you doing, Horatio?
How you doing, sir?
How you guys doing, man? I don't have any stories or anything. I just want to call, let you guys know y'all doing a great job. I get a chance to listen to y'all when I'm at work.
Awesome. Yes.
I can't have out loud, so I have to put my headphones in. But most of the time, I'm listening to you guys.
Absolutely. Well, I definitely appreciate you. I'm sure
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have to say thank you, and you've set the tone for the next person who's gonna call.
Man.
Like man, that's dope. Like when black people can uplift other black people.
Wait, you are black, sir, right? I don't know. That name Horatio sounds a little.
Yeah, y'all all black. Pretty sure black.
Right on. Well, I appreciate you giving us a call, sir. Thank you very much for your time, for dialing in, and yeah, we will keep it moving. Thanks for riding the rail with us. We appreciate you.
All right, no problem, man. Y'all have a great night.
Right on.
All right, we appreciate
too.
you.
Hey, and keep the streets safe, brother. Stay peaceful out there.
All right, man.
All right. So as you were saying, we just had our first call on the info rail. That was
Yeah,
dope.
we had a call, man.
That's dope. I'm
You got
sorry.
another call?
Nah.
Oh, I'm tripping.
Yeah. But you were saying.
But nah, like I was saying, like man, it was messed up that like man, I'm at my people's event. Like I feel like I'm here for. I've been networking. I've been talking to people. Like I don't like get out and just be all in people's face. I'm introverted. To be honest with you, and when that happened, like man, it's like man, bro, you've been thrown out in front of all these people that you was dapping up and hugging and all this, and I'm like, man, I had to take my walk of shame back to the car.
No, I get that. Yeah.
That walk of shame, like I'm like, man, whole time I got it. The ego kicked in, like man, you ain't got to do this, bro. Like you can come back and have some words for him. You know what I'm saying?
I got you, but yeah.
But
So with regard to the police though, was there anything that nothing transpired that was lingering or anything?
No.
Okay.
But I definitely was tempted to come back and like look for the organizer.
No, I got you. Yeah, since he's the one who supposedly called you out and had something to say. You know, I remember, and before I get into my story, somebody hit me on the text and said that let's see, I want to make sure I get it all correct. So they said that it's called implicit bias. What you're talking about?
Okay.
All people have biases. For example, when you saw the police, why was your immediate thought that everything was all bad?
Because like a police don't just walk up to me and say he doesn't do what Horatio just did.
Yeah.
A police just don't walk up, hey, you're being a good citizen. Thank you for being a good citizen. You know what I'm saying? You're doing a great job at being a good citizen.
Absolutely. No, I get that, but I wanted to put it, you know, so make sure that the viewer knew that this is what was going on. And
okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I felt like when you were telling that, I was like, you know, and my story, which is similar, is very small. So I remember a time when I was a kid and I was teenager, whatever. I was at this church convention for the Church of God in Christ. It was in L.A. And it was my first time going out there. I got to visit Bakersfield and Compton and all that, seeing it for the first time for real, right? Before anybody was even rapping about it that I knew of. So I was out there and I'm like, okay. I saw this girl who was like, she could sing. We were all in the youth choir together. We were like teenagers, but still. We were in the youth choir together. She was bad. You know what I'm saying? She could sing her butt off. And a friend of mine, dude who I made friends with, who oddly enough looked like a Ninja Turtle. And so that's what he called it. He said it himself, he looked like a Ninja Turtle. So I just went with it.
All right.
His name was Kerwin. So I hollered at Kerwin, and I was like, hey, man, tell old girl, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, hey, what's up, man? What's up with old girl? What's up with her? Right?
Uh-huh.
And then, so he says, okay, yeah, I'll talk to her for you. Next day, I'm like, man, what's up? What she say? What's up? And I think it was his cousin or something like that, right? And then he was like, well, she said you're nice, but no. Right? So I'm devastated. I'm like, oh, man, I mean, she don't even know me. How's she going? Okay, cool, whatever. So then I see her by herself, like the following day. So this is 2 days after I first put in the thing with Kerwin, and
put in your application.
Right. Put in the application. He said no.
Hoping for that referral.
Right. He said exactly, trying to get the referral. He talked to the boss supposedly, and the boss was like, nah. So he, brings a message to me.
Niggas usually
boss
get
said
the
no.
job when they got a good referral.
You would think. So then I went to her directly. I'm like, hey, what's happening, boss lady? How come you ain't put me on? And she was like, what are you talking about? See what I'm saying?
Buddy just lied on.
And that's what I'm saying. So that reminds me of your situation where you're talking about the dude was like the organizer and wants to have you and all this humming. And you're like, and I'm like, well, look, I went to the source, and she don't even know what Kerwin was talking about. So I'm like, dude, you played me. Like, what is that about? Hold on, homie. I could have had me an LA honey for the first time in my teens. You know what I'm saying? And you ruined it. Now I got to sit here and play this game of, I'm such and such. I'm Kerwin's friend, and blah, 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 blah. And she was like, yeah, that's my cousin. He didn't tell me nothing about what you're talking about.
All right. So when you saw the chick by herself, how did you feel? Was you angry, or was you like still had questions?
I still had questions. I was like, let's get this in. Let's talk about it.
Imagine if you had told dude like you wanted to holler at her, but he came at you in a group of 1,000 people and said, "Nah, bro, she said you nice, but she ain't messing with you."
Yeah, that would have been
How would you have felt?
Oh yeah. I would have been like, well, let me just avoid this whole thing. I probably would have. Actually,
you'd have seen her had some words with her, right?
I ain't gonna lie. I probably would have still went in because I know I was bold as hell when I was a shorty. So yeah. I was willing to go in. So I still would have went in.
Okay.
I still would have went in. I ain't gonna lie.
I would have had some words for her. Like,
yeah,
hey,
no, that's what I'm saying. And no, dude, when I saw,
I'm not talking about good words.
That's
either.
what I'm saying. I had words. I was ready. I was ready to go in. I mean, I had like some little, my little teenage game I was gonna throw, but I was ready. I had words for her. I had things to say, and she didn't. She was like, she threw me off because she was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Now she might have been lying. Who knows? Maybe she was trying to save face. But the way it came off, honestly, was this was legit. And this dude basically just played me because he didn't want me to be with his cousin.
Man.
You see what I'm saying? Anyway.
Nah, that's I totally understand. Because even like when I went back and talked to the dude from the media company in my situation, he was telling me, I guess the guy that's over the Negro League Museum where the event was. Yeah. His name is like Bob Johnson or something.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you know him.
I've heard the name. I don't know him.
But I had met him a couple of weeks before. He's like, man, he wants to send an apology about the situation and blah blah blah. But I think it was just all trying to save face to still have me like be like, man, ride out for that media company. But I'm like, bro, like it's done. Yeah, it's done. I'm not gonna take no more disrespect behind this joint, man. I swear, I'm dabbing up people like, what's up, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a house party. Like,
and you sit, and then
I'm looking like day off of Friday when next Friday when everybody came through. Like, yo, what's up, man? Hey, when they had that house party.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's how I'm talking to people and dealing with people or whatever, and then like they just get escorted out that party, bro. Like, wow, that's embarrassing, bro.
I think so the equivalent for me would have been if, well, I guess the for you, it would have been acceptable had whoever the organizer was, or like if they had apologized to you, in front of all those same people, to kind of like say like, hey, everybody, I made a mistake. This guy was fine. Like something like that would have probably done a whole lot better than what you got to experience, unfortunately.
Man, it was wild, man. Like I don't. Yeah, but it made me who I am right now. Like, so I had to like embrace that moment, Like I learned a lot from it. Saying that when we go out and do stuff, or I go out on other ventures or whatever, make sure you got your stuff with you.
Yeah.
Make sure you look that part. I don't like.
So it gave you a learning moment, if nothing else. Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
And like honestly,
I feel you.
it gave me that moment because I'm a thinking person. Like if like I had let my emotions control me, I probably would have been like we wouldn't had the info real. I'm serious.
No, I got you. Yeah, because you could have went on one. You could have been
Yeah.
on one and stayed on one, and that would have been one. It would have been a good one.
Exactly, man. Nah, it'd have been one, man.
I got
Like,
you.
it'd've
I
been-
got you. Yeah. Man, hey, listen. I shout out to everybody who gave us a. First of all, thanks for the story, bro.
ain't nothing to, man. I got like 10 more stories in me, man.
I believe it. I believe it. I definitely believe it. But yeah, so I appreciate our caller who called in, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, thank you for all of you who rocked with us on the info rail this long. I know it's a little bit extended episode today, but you know, I feel like we got it in. We had a good talk. We had some good drinks. Shots by Miko hooked us up, of course. Check it out at shotsbymiko.com. And if you want to check us out on any of our social medias, make sure you follow us on Facebook at the KC Info Rail. If you want to find us on Twitter or Instagram, check us out at at KC Info Rail, all one word. Also, make sure you check us out if you love our podcast, but you know you ain't got the time to check us out live. That's fine. Check us out. This will be posted on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, and all the other spots where you can find dope podcasts just like this. So please check us out.
At the KC Info Rail, baby.
Man, we will find. And I appreciate our caller who called in because I feel like we should try this again.
Nah, we gonna try it next week. Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
I got you. Where we ain't even gotta put them on speakerphone.
Okay.
I got you.
Dope. I'm with that. I'm with that.
They gonna hear us and we gonna hear them. You know what I'm saying? This was our first week we tried it out.
Yeah.
Shout out to Horatio. He called. You know what I'm saying? Gave us what we needed. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's good business.
Gave us some gas.
That's good business. I appreciate you, Horatio, for giving us a call. Happy birthday to Jan Estes today. 9/11 is her birthday. She says that birthday sucks, but I hope it doesn't suck for you. I hope it's a great birthday, girl, because you always give great information. My good friend living on the West Coast from Detroit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
happy birthday.
Happy birthday. So I'll go ahead and let you do your thug as we go ahead and close this thing out. I've been sitting here chilling on these plantain chips.
Man, we got plantain chips, man. We've been snacking away.
Man,
but you know my usual spill, man. You know my usual spill, man. Everybody going through something. Everybody overcoming something. This is the pandemic, COVID, financial situation, whatever it is. Remember, life doesn't get easier. You just get stronger.
Hey.
So keep pushing.
Man, that's dope. And you know, if you think about that, that's exactly what you did with the funeral speech.
Man, hey, yeah.
You just get stronger. You got stronger because of that, bro. I'm just saying, you exemplified that very thing that you tell the people. So it's not like you just saying it.
Bro, I told you I'm Jesus babysitter, man.
Jesus babysitter. He got all the words for these nerds. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Let them know. Let them know. And this your boy Se7eN. I ain't got nothing dope to say at the end, but make sure you follow, share, subscribe. And please share. We want to get our following up to at least 1,000 people. We almost there. Make sure you check us out on the InfoRail KC Mo. And all your people who may not be around because we tell the information for local, nationwide, and worldwide. So I'm sure we got something that will affect you. Holla at your boy.
Hey, and give him the number one more time so they can call in.
Man. Somebody want to call in? I doubt it.
Next week, that
is. 816-317-0227. Holla at us.
And don't call during the week. All right?
Don't call on Fridays. Don't call during the week because, it costs money.
This your boy Randy Heffna.
Man, it's your boy Se7eN, man.
And we out.
Peace. Man. That's all we got. Appreciate y'all, for real. Did we get, you think we got all the audio for this?